Yo, what's good, everybody? Let me know, Chris, if the volumes are good or if it's trash. Yes, the chat is popping up. We are here. We have with us Mr. Hoshea. I should have asked you if I said that right. Was that correct? How do I say it?
It's Hoshea.
Hoshea. Shoot, man. That's like the
Yeah,
fourth time I've done that where I've messed up the name at the
that's
very
okay,
beginning.
bro. Everyone gets it wrong the first time. It's all right.
Still, we are super pleased to have you here over at Behind That Suit. My name is Holden Stephan Roy, as you all know, and this is our endeavor to primarily focus on the Montreal artists, because that's the home team, as y'all can see on the hat, the home team, and just show y'all what is happening, who the people are and the players, because a little bit I got tired of like everybody being like nobody's doing stuff, when really if you look for it, so many people are doing stuff. So here we are. I came across this guy through a fascinating little story that will force me to have to take an L here. So we enter this little contest, this All-Stars Montreal thing. Big ups All-Stars Montreal. It's a fun little contest. I get placed against this man in round one. It's a track against track little 1 minute verse thing. I hustle. So I wake up in the morning and the guy's beating me really badly, actually. So badly, I felt like it was over in my soul. Thanks, Chris, for spoiling. But in my soul, yes, I was losing. So I did it, though. I spent the whole day rallying. I created a whole thing on Facebook because I'm not really on Instagram. So it was all on Facebook. And we got numbers and we got up. This guy finishes work. I don't know what he does, crushes me. Just steals it, and my whole like soul drains down as it all just dissipates as he slowly takes the win and we all call it in. But dudes hit me up after and go, yo, don't give up or anything, bro. You got 160 votes. And I'm like, that means that dude got like at least 180 to 200 in that first round. And then my brain flipped and I said, yo, if he beat me by that much, I got to get this guy on the interview. But yo, here's the thing about him. Straight up, the dude is a very talented artist. That's why I was so like okay with losing to the guy, because it's not like I lost to some Trump or I'm feeling salty after. I looked at him and I saw two things right away. First of all, I felt it's like Russ influence in terms of this like independent nature. I don't necessarily love Russ, but I respect Russ, right?
I'm
But
a fan.
I saw like two other angles. The guy understands melodies, flows, placements, constructions, totally appealing to that more mainstream sounds. But if you stop and take a listen, you can tell the guy knows that boom bap inside and out as well. And I got all that just from bumping his tunes, and that caught me off guard. I thought the dude was doing all right, like I'm listening to it, and then I had the craziest moment. I asked the man how old he is, and he's 20. So the guy studies the culture, produces an excellent amount of music. Honestly, I was blown away, and I'm like, he's wearing his own merch. That's some set up shit. That's what I'm trying to say right now. Anyway, I just like to do these intros because, honestly, y'all should check out his music. Links in below, all that good stuff. For real, it's totally worth doing. But let's get into it. I like to tell people, I'm trying to kind of build up a little story-esque flow that just goes into a tangential conversation that jumps everywhere. But I like this starting place. So I had this epiphany, and I realized along the way that the club music that y'all is bumping today, and I mean like what y'all is bumping out there when you go in there and the girls is shaking it and all that shit, that's mom chores music one day. Like, that's some shit, whatever you're listening to, like, verbatim. That is what the ladies that are washing dishes and doing laundry in 10 to 15 years are going to be not even different tracks. It will just
Washing dishes to City Girls, bro.
Absolutely, because they're doing it to Black Eyed Peas. My girlfriend puts on that I Got a Feeling. That was the club banger. But that's the dishes music now. You know what I'm saying? So I got curious, right? Music, for me at least, it all starts at youth. You're all starting it with what your parents listen to. So it's a convoluted way of getting into what was your mom and dad's or whatever's, I mean, it's an assumptive question, but what was their like chores music? Or the car music, but what are the different stuffs and sounds that got you acclimated and introduced to this wonderful thing we share called music?
It's wild. I actually have like a whole pack of the CDs they used to play in
Straight
that cabinet.
Up. Yo,
can I go grab it?
You absolutely
I'm gonna go grab
can.
that shit.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. This is a good start already.
I still. Okay, hold on. These are too long. 1 second.
All right, we got this. We got this. Plus, you get a full body shot of Hoshea over here as he's doing this thing, and that's it. So, for everyone who is curious, but yeah, that's fantastic. So your parents was bumping CDs when you was young.
Yes, definitely.
Oof, that makes
It's
me
written
cold.
CD on it. Little like old type of sleeve folder type of thing. And this is really the type of music. This is the music I grew up on, man. So like, we got off the bat, we got Luther Vandross.
Okay.
We
Okay.
got Janet Jackson. Who else? Who else is in here? Sarah McLachlan.
Okay. I respect that.
Sade. Stronger Than Pride.
Okay.
There's a lot of music in here, bro. Boys to Men, of course. Boys to Bro.
So it's a lot of R&B stuff, a little bit dancey stuff.
Boys to Men was my shit. I could say that, bro. Like, I'm still on that whole soulful R&B thing. Like, it doesn't really reflect in my music, but that's what got me into the whole love of music. It gives you a feeling, you know?
So, like, what was it? You were young. What was it about the music that got you excited?
The fact that when you listen to a song, you're essentially getting that person's experience or point of view on any given topic, whatever it may be. You get to, like, it's as if that person is next to you recounting their inner workings of their mind. They manifest themselves in your room through a speaker and you've never met them in your life. Like, to me, that shit's crazy.
So I'm going to assume at a certain point, music goes from being this thing that's around you to being something that you start caring about. And typically, the running theory, at least, is that this is something that happens around the puberty years. For you, is it like earlier than that, or did it start to kick in around those years when you start to fall in love with music?
It's actually kind of wild. Like, I don't know how, why, but when I was 13 years old for Christmas, I asked for a microphone.
Okay.
I had like a MacBook. This is the MacBook I'm talking to you on right now. It's the MacBook I still use to make music. I got it in 2012.
Straight up.
Yeah, and I got a microphone. I just asked for a mic because I was listening to a lot of Drake around then, like old Drake, like Headlines and shit, like the Take Care album. And I was just like, you know what? This dude's from Canada. It's kind of like a cheesy story, but like, this dude's from Canada. I could probably try this out. So I get a mic, and the rest is history, bro. I've been writing ever since. Got into production like
Okay, we're going to have
3 years later.
expand on the history.
Yeah, let's expand on everything,
mission
bro.
of here. So you're a kid. Were your parents into music? Like, did they make music? Are they passionate people? Or were they like huge music people? Or were they more like TV movie people? Like, what was life like? Like, let's pretend we're filling your wiki page here for a second.
Okay.
What's your life
like
for a little dude coming in? I guess we can tie it into music, but like, where you like, I don't want to like go into the worst parts of anything. That's not the goal here. It's more just to kind of contextualize your journey as music relates into it.
If you were to look at my family, you would have no reason to believe that I would come out as a rapper, of all things. It's when I guess I would say, if out of the things you said, to be like a movie family, in a way. They like I know definitely, because most nights they're up watching movies, like through like movies. Like they invented binge watching way before Netflix. But and my dad just like he when I was younger, he wasn't home a lot. He was always working and shit. He was like he hustled hard. He was a chef, and he still is a chef. Yeah, he's a head chef at this hotel around here.
Oh, that's fresh.
But no, like they never had any personal experience with music outside of listening to and appreciating it.
So was it like talk radio in the car, or was it like radio?
Radio.
What was y'all station? Or were you in Montreal? Were you even born here? I completely forgot.
I was born at the Jewish General Hospital in Montreal.
Straight up, me too.
Yeah. Hey, that explains a lot.
It's a little age gap, but definitely in the same hood. So where'd you start in Montreal? Where was like your little infancy years at?
I grew up until age 9. I lived in Pierrefonds.
Okay.
West Island, and off of Glen on Dollard Street.
Absolutely. I personally lived in Dollar Des Ormeaux for about 5 years.
Yeah,
I was working at the Le Super Club Videotron by the Super C on Sources when it closed in that area. Like I was around there. So my
uh,
mom actually lives at next to the. Sorry, mommy. I won't say exactly where, but near the bowling alley in Pierrefonds, we'll say. So like I'm
yeah.
very very familiar with that area. That's the west.
Mhm.
Montreal's an island, everybody, and this is we call basically everything that's about half the island the West Island. This is more north in the west, near the water. It's a real, honestly, it's a beautiful area, regardless of anything else.
No, it
Um,
really is. Like I remember like going for walks with my grandma, my mom, and my sister down by the water, take some food, just enjoy the day, enjoy the weather and shit.
Fair enough, man. So, from the West Island, where'd you go to school, high school, as at least?
High school, I went to Westwood Junior and Senior high schools.
Okay.
Junior, like okay, so like I said, I lived in Pierrefonds until age 9. Then I moved to Saint Lazare. So
Okay.
it's technically a little past the greater Montreal area, but it's still
It's
like
like
35 minutes from downtown.
I would call this the Greater Montreal area. Like basically, Saint Lazare is where the last English-speaking people are in Quebec before you hit Ontario. Is a good way for me to put it. Like I have a homie
Yeah,
from not Saint Lazare, the other one, Hudson. So my boy
yeah,
like
that.
was straight up in
Mm,
Hudson. So back in the day, I would like drive out there. I went to John Abbott College myself, so I would do
hey,
that like little ride out there. And straight up, it's a great area. But that's cool to me as far as international hip hop goes, because guess what? When I post this after, it's the whole world. I mean, it might not
you
get crazy views, but the whole world has the potential to see
never
it.
know. You never know.
Um, I'm hoping you bring in the views because you got some numbers.
I'm trying.
But basically, you're Montreal as far as the team sport side of hip hop goes in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Montreal enough, you
Respect.
know. Um,
My cell number is 514. So I mean, shit.
what else could you ask for? I mean, I
What else
kind of
could you
feel
ask
bad
for?
for the people who are stuck with a 438 cell number. Like I can't
True.
change it. My line is what it is. It's stuck for life because I can't give up this 514.
Nope.
But I respect that you care about that.
Uh-huh.
So what? So like basically, you're an early teenager. Somehow you encountered Drake. I guess for you, Drake was like a dominant force by the time music was like in effect. I mean,
He was like at the top of well, he's still at the top of his game, but like around then was when he like really busted into the scene with like fucking problems with ASAP and shit and all that.
mm, so I guess this would be like your earliest influences of music, then, right? Were you like,
Yeah.
when did you just,
Uh,
when
hmm?
did you like really start like picking out artists? Because you said around 13, you asked for the computer, you were already a fan of Drake, but like earlier than
It's
that.
funny, he's not on my wall, but I never like consciously started picking out artists. I sort of just found myself listening to the same ones over and over. And the
Okay.
reasons now that I'm older make themselves clear. I related to their shit. I found myself taking sonically like from them, and it's all artists on my wall. Like I have a poster of each artist that
I'm
I
pretty
pull.
sure that is that Chance the Rapper behind you.
I got Chance behind me, Kanye next to me, J. Cole in front of me, Childish Gambino, Mac Miller, and Joey Badass.
You know what? All things considered, that is a hell of an era to start listening to music to. Yo, like I'm trying to like I mean, for me, like I'm 12 and Eminem is the shit. Like Eminem takes over the world when I'm 12, 13, right?
I have my Eminem face.
But like when I'm thinking about what you have is like this musical palette of so many choices, like to a point where I'm a little bit jealous of the musical landscape a bit that you entered into because there were so many avenues. Why don't you walk us through? Because I'm mad curious what it was like to be like a 12-year-old listening to each of these artists. Because I know what it's like to be in my late 20s listening to all of these guys. So I'm
Mhm.
just super fun, or maybe mid, whatever. So let's walk us through because you said there was like a reason for each of these people that you made them gravitate to, and I'd be mad curious to
Mhm.
hear what that reason is.
Okay, so like I even have them laid out in my room in a way like of importance. I don't know if you hear my dog. If you can, I'm real sorry. She's a
It's
bitch.
it just makes it lively.
It makes it like there's people living in the house, folks. Um, but no, J. Cole's right in front of me for the simple fact that this man is what I would call and not to take away from the importance of religion to anyone, but I would call him the Jesus of my rap Bible. You know,
Okay.
like to the level like of all the artists, he's the one whose words have stuck with me the most. He's the one whose songs I know the most by heart. He's like the production that I most often find myself going back to.
Fair
Like
enough.
I listen to music like album at a time. Like I don't have I have playlists, but I don't use them. So I like try to go through an artist's discography, blah blah blah.
So,
And he's always the one that I bounce back to out of
so
everybody.
what is your favorite J. Cole songs?
That's a loaded question, bro. Can I give you a top 5?
You can indeed.
Okay, top 5 in no specific order. Obviously, I gotta hit No Role Models.
Fantastic track.
Like a Star off of, I believe, either the Truly Yours or Friday Night Lights mixtapes.
Okay.
Grown Simba off of the Warm Up mixtape. Sideline Story off of the Sideline Story, and Get Off My Dick.
Get Off My Dick's my favorite off of that list. I'm not gonna lie. That's my favorite one you just brought up there.
That's a next level song, bro. It still sounds ahead of its time 6 years later.
I like it a lot. But what is it? Okay, so I'm trying to understand a little bit. What is it that attracts you to these tracks?
It's not just rap. It's not just lyrics over a beat. All these artists are musical in a sense.
Okay.
Like my knowledge of music theory is still shit, but I know enough where I can make my beats and do what I need to do. But when I listen to these guys' music, it's not like I can't. There's a difference between hearing a song and listening to a song. I like people who make music you can listen to, and like you could sit down with any of these artists, listen to a song, hear it one way, come back to it a week later, hear it in a completely other way from the first time, just because your vibe is different that day. Because there's so many layers to this shit.
All right, I really appreciate that. So why don't you elaborate then on a great epiphany you had, like one of those moments where when you came back to a track, it just fucked you up because you saw like a whole new meaning in it. Like just share one of those with us, because you got some people watching this, man. You got a couple of comments coming through.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna figure out this chat situation.
So you got Driz World up in there. You got J Films 514. You got the North FC3.
I don't know that one.
I'm just saying.
My video man. That's my homie.
Yo, straight up, that's big respect. So you got people here. Just Jizwill got a whole tattoo of the man's song, he said, on it. So we're getting like real interaction. So you just talk, man. They want to hear all of this shit.
Bro, where were we? What was I saying?
You're about to tell us about a great epiphany you had revisiting a track.
Okay. Do you know the song "You" by Kendrick Lamar off of "To Pimp a Butterfly"?
Yes, sir, I do.
That one, because the first time I listened to it, I don't think I was listening hard enough because I didn't capture like the story in that track. And when I came back to it and I realized like I was like I try to visualize music now a lot more than I used to. Like I try to see what the artist is talking about and shit. And it's like a Quentin Tarantino movie playing out in your head when you like try to visualize that song, the way like he's struggling with his demons and lashing out on people he cares about, etc., etc. I like deep shit. That makes you feel some type of way.
I really respect that. So J. Cole would be your favorite then of this list of people around you, and then so if Chance is behind you, does that make him like lesser valued in this list, or is it just that?
I'm not trying to trash any artists on this live stream. That's not. Dude, I don't want to.
We're saying if you're saying the worst of the greatest 5 is not trashing anyone.
Actually, he is. He is the worst of the greatest 5 because that whole Big Day album. I'm not even. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say is the Big Day album.
Yo, so as much as I like to ask questions, and I'm good at pausing our chats and bringing it back. So Driz World up in here has a question, and if people are gonna ask questions and do my job for me, I'm all about that. So what artist that you've discovered recently that inspired you, besides your starting artist? So somebody new that you caught on.
Ooh, how new is new? We talking like last 6 months, last year? I'll give you guys
Let's do both because that sounds like a more fun answer.
within the last year, new artists that I discovered that I surprisingly found myself revisiting a lot. And you're gonna find this surprising considering what's around me is NBA YoungBoy.
I'm not that surprised, but I would love to hear
Yeah.
why.
Again, he's got that depth to his music for some reason. I know he gets into what he gets into
I've never
outside of
actually listened to him. I'm
you.
just not surprised why people like stuff. So I don't
It's
know
that
anything of.
melodic trap stuff. It's that like melodic trap, like, but something about his music, it's very genuine. Like
Okay.
it's there's no front at all. It's just this. If you look at him, what like let's say you see him in the street and you listen to his music, you can tell it's the exact same person just off the vibe. Like I appreciate as well as musicality is originality, and of course it's hard to be original these days the way the market is, but
That's fair.
being yourself is about as original as it gets, and he's definitely himself 100%.
So if I understand correctly, you acknowledge the fact that originality is a challenge. It is. But authenticity matters to you. I love
Yes,
that.
very much so, very much so.
You know why I really particularly love that? Because I'm in like that J. Cole middle child age group, right? So I get to listen to all the old men talk about how hip hop's trash now and this, that, mumble rap this and blah, blah, blah. And then I get to see like the younger end of it where y'all are flipping it up and I'm like right in the middle. So I've come to love the melodic trap. At first I didn't. Little Chris Chrome watching can be like, Holden used to be a big old hater, and he'd be absolutely correct. But I've come to really appreciate it because that shit you can dance to. There's a vibe to it. Like it's vibes. It's vibes for days.
It's energy. It's just energy. Like fuck the lyrics. Fuck what they're saying. Even if this shit's hard, like music nowadays is much more on how it makes you feel, less more what it makes you think about.
Fair enough. I would argue the best of the best can capture that both and put them together. And I think like the Acid Something album from Chance the Rapper does that very well. I don't remember that one. I feel like that really gets vibes, but also gives you a lot to think about in terms of just that example. Or even Kendrick. Kendrick has vibes, but he's also got like fucking...
He is a prime example of the best of both. Like, for sure. For sure.
So... NBA YoungBoy, that's pretty cool. Anybody else that would be like newer influences since we're on this?
Newer? I didn't realize he was an influence of mine until my manager's brother told me I sound a bit like him. Currency.
Like
Currency?
I do.
With the dollar sign?
Yeah, actually. We have done quite a few album reviews with that dude in it. I
Jet Life, yeah. He's like very laid back approach on rap. It's like just another part of his day, just some shit he does, etc.
Yeah,
and there's a certain swagger to it. And his producer's off the chain. Like Harry Fraud produces a lot of his shit. He's definitely like one of my producer inspirations because I produce some of my stuff as well. And like, there's always. It always sounds like such high quality shit. I don't know how to describe it.
No, I completely appreciate that. I've listened to Currency's work before, and I would say he is one of those dudes where on a blind listen, I think I'm gonna like the song. Like, it's like he's the kind of feature, as an example, that blesses a track, and if you're not certain on something, will make you feel more inclined to listen to it. Is what I was trying to convey. And I totally appreciate what your attachment to music is. To me, in my opinion, at least. That's important. It's always what I have been driven to, like that artist shit. Whereas, don't get me wrong, there's always some good time for the product. A good example is Headlights by Drake. That shit is vapid as fuck. But, like, I don't know. I just got all these memories of a bunch of people in the club just stopping conversations to go, they know. Like, that's just how it was back in the day. Yeah. It's a good tune, actually. So it's one of those. So when I was 12... when I was like 25, whenever Drake's popping, I'm about 25. We're in the fuck mumble rap era of my life, and I was so anti-Drake for no good reason. I was stupid. I should have been listening to Drake.
For so long, bro. I was for so long, for a minute. Even though he was like one of the people that pushed me into music, between like 2015 to 2019, I did not fuck with Drake at all. Like,
So, all right. I know that we did get another question. Fuck it. Let's do it. Who would you want to collab your first day out in the big rap game? So somebody shows up, big name, pops in your DMs. It's completely legitimate. Who is the person you want to be offering you to collab?
like anybody, any artist at all.
Well, let's go with alive so that it's plausible.
Alive. Tupac. Nah. Alive. Ooh. See, but there's so many different ways to think about that even.
Gosh. So run us through a couple scenarios. We got 9 people now in the chat watching. So you got
I'm gonna think. I would say J. Cole.
I like it. Why?
I would say J. Cole.
I guess if he's your number one, that makes some sense.
That would be the like role model pick. Not no pun intended, but like of all the artists I would work with, just off of the fact that it's them, let alone their skill may be greater. I think it would have to be J. Cole.
So y'all, if y'all are listening to this, this is kind of why I was excited to talk to Hoshea. The man just gave y'all a nugget, a wisdom nugget. Basically, what he said to y'all is, you get the opportunity to work with anybody. Don't necessarily pick numbers or money. Pick wisdom. I'm gonna summarize it down because that's what the mentorship of a J. Cole character, that's what it is. It's fucking wisdom. And I love the fact that that influenced your answer more than anything else. Because I didn't prompt that. You just came up with that all by yourself. So that's fucking fresh. We did get another question for you. I'm loving this. Y'all are wonderful, you chat folks. Hoshea,
I'm trying to fix my chat while I'm doing this too. Like,
don't you worry. At some point, we can, after this question, maybe I can rant for a little bit for the peeps while you get yourself logged in. But Hoshea, what's your scariest experience as an artist?
Scariest experience as an artist, like,
that's an interesting question, eh?
That is an edge because there's different types of scary. If we're talking scary, like performance, like being afraid to mess up or something, I don't do that anymore. I guess I embrace fucking up now. Like, I learn from it, I move on.
Shit,
but
he's too young to be this smart. It's not even fair for the rest of us.
If we're talking scariest, like me getting jumped after a show, that hasn't happened yet. So,
all right, let me ask you. I'm gonna twist the definition because I like your definition. What's the moment you've had yourself most challenged as an artist in a position of being a role model to do the right thing when knowing that it would be hard, or something else to that effect?
Wow, man, that's a deep ass question.
I'm a deep ass guy.
I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret for a little. Well, it's not a secret really, but because I'm still mad early in my journey as an artist, bro. So a lot of these questions might not have the same type of answers you would get if I was 24 or 25.
That's why you're here, bro.
Most challenging would be a decision I had to make in terms of when I'm releasing certain music, because I got a lot of stuff in the bank, and I'm trying to play it smart, and I'm going on to Spotify and streaming and all that in the near future, within another fiscal quarter, we would say.
Did you just say fiscal quarter for real? Oh my gosh, I love it.
I speak of funny words sometimes.
No, dude, you just dropping the kind of shit at my day job in middle management in corporate America I listen to and wish my rapping peers, no offense to my rapping peers, but my rapping peers would use words like that more, because so often these people in the artistry, now would be a good time for you to try logging in. I can monologue here. So often the people I encounter in my age bracket, they don't come from the same era of like forced entrepreneurship. There weren't like Gary V's and crap on YouTube giving us a bunch of fucking go-get-it advice back when I was like 20. YouTube was like really stupid when I was 20. It was in that really old era. So what I've noticed now is, while there are a plethora of artists out there with great business acumen, capable of paying attention and doing their things, I'm watching guys like this dude Travis Bryant. He's got merch lines lined up, beautiful branding, all sorts of shit happening. I'd say 9 times out of 10 though, I don't think half the dudes would ever think about words like fiscal quarter, because they don't think in terms of it being a business component. They don't think strategically. They think more ego and emotionally driven. So when I hear you say something like fiscal quarter, what I'm hearing you say is you treat this so serious that you're willing to like learn the business side of it. And I was just having this epiphany. Like, I actually wrote a Facebook post about it today on how the future is going to be these rapping kids who can sing, who can rap, who can dance, who could make their own videos, who could mix and master their own tracks to all of this shit. And I wrote this before I knew you were 20. I thought you were actually older. So hearing that you're 20, already we know that you make beats. We're going to get to that as part of the story. I've seen your video game is like on point, regardless to if it's you or you got your boy in the chat, J Films, I believe you said, J Films 514. What's up? Yo, your work is excellent. I'm not saying that. I mean, I peeped a bunch of your shit today specifically to like double check, and it's really well done. I'm like 33 and I'm barely able to fucking wrap my head around how to make a bootleg video. You got squads and shit rolling through, able to pull this out amazingly. And it's like we're sitting here honestly like scratching our fucking asses trying to figure out how to get any of this done. And I'm watching you in the span of a month. I think you put out 3 to 4 videos.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the stories, the guys are like, so yo fam, the last 3 tracks I put out, which was your favorite and why? Yo, question time with Hoshea. Yo, is it weird that we made eggs at the same time? And I'm like, it is kind of weird that y'all made eggs at the same time. And I remember that one.
I was dying off of that shit.
But I guess did you get into the Twitch? You look like you moved back. Or you? Yeah. Awesome.
I'm in the chat. Yeah.
So you can see that now. Fantastic. But yeah, just in terms of that, I guess if we want to pivot, let's go back to like you're 13 and you decide you get your computer and stuff, because I want to run through the story. This is where it gets super.
I didn't have to get it.
Well, your parents got it for you.
My parents got it for me because I qualified to enter a. See, you're gonna laugh now because you did praising my smartness and shit. So from transitioning from grade 6 to grade 7, there was a test you were allowed to participate in to determine if you were a gifted student, and they were calling it the Matrix program at the time. And what it was for advanced students to be able to expand their knowledge at an accelerated rate. And I qualified. And in the Matrix program, I didn't even want to take the test in the first place. I'm gonna say that I didn't want to take the test, but my parents were like, "You're smart. Go take the test." So I took it, and I got in. And part of the requirement to be in the Matrix program was you need a MacBook Pro. At the time, a 2012 MacBook Pro, 13-inch, blah blah blah.
So you basically got the computer because you were gifted enough intellectually. Did you read a lot as a kid?
No.
So you just naturally did you get into reading at some point?
I am now getting into reading.
So this is like for the first time you're getting into it. What are you reading right now?
I just finished Russ's book.
Interesting.
For the third time. Stuff that sort of stuff, like mind expanding things. I was actually having this discussion with my girlfriend the other day, and we were talking about how there's literature that's escapism and there's literature that's realism.
Ooh, I like that.
I'm trying not to fall into the escapism part of it. Like I like fiction, I like all that, but I can get that from movies and television and all that. In terms of books, I'm trying to expand my mind. So books like Russ's book, my coworker where I work, he just put me on. 50 Cent has a book that I'm probably gonna read now.
Which one?
Hustle Smarter, Not Harder.
Okay.
I believe is the title.
I think I know which one you're talking about. He's got a couple books out. I've read The 50th Law, which is the one he did after the 48 Laws of Power. So I just 50's a monster worth reading about. I love what you're saying though, dude. Like I started a reading quest a few years ago. Like I'm on my 3rd year of it. And granted, I'm reading fiction right now. It's to just take a break from exactly what it is. No, me neither. But I basically would say 95% of my reading is nonfiction, and it's all about knowledge acquisition and self-help and growing and effectively what you said, that mind growing shit. So, to me, it sounds like you're already doing billionaire habit stuff because, I studied some billionaire habit shit, and billionaire habits, they all read smart shit. They don't. Somebody looked at me one day and said, "Do you think our boss is reading that bullshit?" No. And then I was like, okay, you got a point. He's not reading necessarily the random shit.
They don't have time.
That's it. I mean, I do believe now it's possible to read 60 books in a year, but I promise you it's an extremely hard thing to do. But it is actually doable. And so if you can learn and train yourself to read 60 books in a year, dog, you are set. You're set for fucking life. You're going to reinvent some fucking
You just gave
virtue.
me a goal that I'm gonna set for myself.
Yo, it's hard, dude. I'm on 56 right now. It fucking killed me all year to do it. I have to wake up every morning and read for an hour just to even stay
I'm
on
gonna hit you
pace.
back next November with the number of books I read
Fucking love it,
because
dude.
I'm a quick reader. I had high school level reading in like grade 5.
Amazing, dude. That's so cool. Like to me, that's fucking cool. I geek out on that kind of shit. So I don't
Yeah.
know, but I like smart people stuff. Not to say anyone's not smart or anything. I really geek out on that kind of like flossing your intelligence shit. I can't help it. Um,
I'm a little too confident sometimes. That's what my girlfriend tells me.
Yo, you're 20. Trust. Here's something to say to your girlfriend. If you want to be a successful artist, you need it. It's like your armor to protect yourself against a lot of things that you're going to go into. I made the effort to kill my ego, and it was a bit of a mistake, and I had to go ahead and rebirth my ego a little bit. I wouldn't be here if I had let my ego stay dead, kind of thing. So you probably do need to dial it down, but don't ever let them kill it. And with her, she's just right, and that's the smartest shit ever. And it's just the smartest shit. And if she ever goes, which chocolate, whatever, no, don't. It's a trap. It's whatever the fuck she wants. That's all I learned recently.
Fact.
That's it. It's what it is. I mean, I made the mistake of picking the wrong chocolate bar one time, and I swear it got brought up for ages. I learned, and now I don't do that. And I know I'm using chocolate, but it applies to fucking everything in life. Anyway, she sounds smart, so I would say trust with that. So you're a young one. You're a real smart one, as is proven
Appreciate
by
that.
advanced. Well, it's not even me. It's just the facts of your life. You got into an
I'm
advanced
lazy,
fucking
bro.
program. Yo,
I'm a lazy guy.
everybody that's smart is super lazy. But I would argue you were lazy. There's no fucking way that the guy I've been following for the last month on Instagram is lazy. All right, so I'm gonna have to refute that point. You may
Like we're
have.
talking about this, yeah.
I was a lazy 20-year-old dude. That I was so lazy, as in like, nah, you're not. You're on the grind. Like this guy works full time, I think, or part time
Yeah,
or
I worked
something.
at a pizza joint.
And I see he's like cooking, literally cooking. You know, he's cooking
Yeah.
shit. I don't know. Yo, straight up, I'm hearing some dinglingles, and it says J Films 514 is now following, and it showed up in the stream. That is so cool. I set it up with Streamlabs today. Yes, yo, thank you so much. Really, it hits my heart like that.
Thank you.
So yeah, the guy's working full fucking time. Yo, Thomas Giustiano, I gotta say everybody. That's the rules on Twitch. If they follow, you have to like say their name.
Well, of course.
So I love that. The guy works full time and busts out of work, and then you see him rhyming, like he said. Basically, if I'm not mistaken, you're making the beats, you're writing songs, you're producing constantly, and he's in his contest. Yo, trust me, this contest shit's stressing. It actually is a huge time commitment that people don't realize when they go, you're in a anyway, we'll get to that. But you're like a young one. You've proven you're fucking gifted because you got into the smart people school and your parents had to buy you a computer. That's just the facts of your story. It's what it is. So you get into that. You had this computer. At what point do you start actually like thinking music is a thing that you're gonna do?
The point of no turning back probably happened somewhere around when I was like 18 years old. Yeah, it was when I was 18 years old.
Okay.
Because I started writing, like I told you, at like 13, but I would write on and off for the longest time. In grade 8, so like when I was 14, like a year after I started, I like recorded my first song, and my friends like trashed that shit hard. Like they're around the school bumping it with like a beatbox, and like I like cynically, but whatever. Like it was like so I took a break for a while. A break, like I would write a song, maybe a song a week, a song every month, whatever. And then around 16, 17, I just picked up the pad again and started talking with my friend Jared, J Films. And we started just talking about like he used to rap too and everything before he started being my video guy. And we would just freestyle all the time and shit. And he went to John Abbott, met a guy, met an artist. Yeah, I went too. We'll get into that after. I'll tell you my story of John Abbott. It's a funny one. But he met an artist who was working with these guys, and Jared introduced me to these guys, and now I work with these guys, and these guys are SBO Records, who you've seen around, I'm sure, on my posts, resharing things or whatever. And I met them summer 2018, and it was at that moment where I was like, okay, this is my path in life. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because why the hell, like, we don't live nowhere near each other. We never would have had a reason to meet outside of we were supposed to.
Right.
I'm a little spiritual like that.
Yeah, it's amazing. All right. Have you always been spiritual like that? Because you can just say things. I'm gonna get curious.
No,
When did that start?
I hope my mom's not watching the stream, but I'm gonna be full frontal with you.
Your mom's gonna have to get used to it.
Yeah, it started when I dropped acid at 16.
Fantastic.
Yeah, honestly, like, I was reading into the spiritual benefits of psychedelics and the mental benefits, and I was in a bit of a hole mentally for a while, and I was looking for a way out. And my friend was talking about it, how it helped him. So I was like, fuck it, let's try it out. Did it once, crazy trip, popped out on the other side, and my friends even tell me to this day, like, the day after I took it, they saw an immediate change of, like, the person I was.
Interesting.
And it's kind of wild to, like, pin my whole switch in perspective on a psychedelic drug, but being honest, that's the only thing I can think of that sparked a shift in my head.
What was it about it that sparked the shift? Because it's crazy you say this. I just reviewed Aesop Rock's last album, the Something Guide to the Spirit World. If you haven't heard it, it's fantastic. But somebody showed up in my comments and said the album is a metaphor for doing basically the DMT shit and tripping out and visiting the spirit world and getting a shift in perspective. So the idea of an artist doing drugs and having like a spiritual awakening is very much in the realm of things I would call normal. Personally, I did mush one time when I was around your age, a little older,
Okay.
and it had an impact on introspection. So what
Exactly.
changed about me was my ability to become self-aware. And if I had to really think about it, I don't think I understood self-awareness before I did mushrooms. And then since then, it's been a journey of trying to like kind of better myself a little bit. So maybe I'm just attributing it now nostalgically through memory, or maybe there's truth in it. But I remember that level of it and acid and
That's
mush.
exactly what it did for me, honestly, like, word for word. Like, I've described it like that to people probably.
That's
It's,
super fresh.
yeah.
So I think it's fascinating that y'all is like actually rappers and crap in high school, right? Because that is mad different than the barrier of entry that existed in my world. And for you, it might be like mad regular and everybody's doing everything. So I'm at high school and there's still record labels that matter, and Napster's only like breaking through, and then the record labels start dying over the next while, and then YouTube pops out and whatnot, and then I don't know, somewhere in that journey you're saying like 2012, and I'm like, fuck. And then I'm a full grown adult with a job and da 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 da. And what was it like to like, I guess, have that experience knowing that to actually be able to rap, you could just upload your shit to SoundCloud? And like being a SoundCloud rapper wasn't like a negative thing. It was just like your path. Like I would just, I don't know, I'm assuming there, but
I was in the first days of SoundCloud's boom, I would say, like, when around when X started first and posting on there in like 2016 or whatever, 2015, 2016. I was also posting my first couple songs under a completely different name than Hoshea, and I guarantee you can't find those songs anywhere because I deleted them because they're trash. But um, that it was kind of, that's what fed my ego at the time. Was I'm essentially already a rapper. I'm posting music. People can go hear my music if they want to hear it. I'm a rapper. What the fuck you want from me? Like, it's like at a certain point, you're allowed to now label yourself things that are true because you're doing it. Just because nobody knows about doesn't like just because someone doesn't know about something doesn't mean you're not doing it.
yo,
So at the time, I thought I was the hot shit in my school, even though I was getting like 50 plays on shit.
yeah, I'm not gonna lie. There are people right now that I know that couldn't get 50 plays on shit, and they should be able to. So don't hate on 50
Yeah.
plays. That's actually not terrible. I think it's super interesting what you just said, though, because I've read a lot of self-help books and shit. Not because, like, whatever. I'm just fascinated by universal truths and success in business. Like, they're just interesting topics. But if I'm not mistaken, what you just said, as long as you make it the reality by living out the actions, then that's what you are. And I say that that's a profound thing, honestly. Was that a thing you discovered before or after your acid trip?
I discovered it right now, I guess. It's the first time I put it into words.
Wow,
But
that's big.
a lot of the times when I'm talking, bro, I'm just freestyling. Like I don't, I have a blank problem in my head. You know how people always talk about like they have too much shit going on in their head. A
Yeah.
lot of the times I have too little things going on in my head. So but anyway, it's.
But even that's
I guess
super interesting,
I
dude.
must have realized that during the acid trip, man, because there was so many things that I did intentionally during the trip that I were hoping would have a direct impact afterwards, and they have.
Okay, now I'm
Like
even more curious because that acid trip is so profound to your story, dog. I want to know more about the things you did to make it better.
it's wild because I don't usually discuss this, obviously, because my mom doesn't know about it. But if she like, I'm at the point now I can't let shit like that limit my career and limit my truth. You know, for a while I was letting stuff like that, like disappointing my parents or disappointing those around me, limit who I really am as a person.
I respect
And
what you just said because for about 2 to 3 years, you would have never ever heard the word me smoking weed on the camera. And then I
yeah,
said, you know what? Maybe that's not the right approach. Maybe I was caught up on it. But I think what's interesting is, well, I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to do some weird shit with these interviews where it's more story driven and whatever. But I just think that if your drug trip had a lot of profound insight on your wisdom and allowed you to land an interview and shit in the future and has all this stuff that's happening, then I think your mom will appreciate that as much as nobody ever wants to hear about their kids doing it. That, yo, in your life at least, you have some things happening. Listen, no bullshit, dude. As the talent scout in me goes, this is a kid to watch. Like watch, like you got some things happening right now. Cause yo, the lyrics that the guy spits, I'll just go there for a second, are interesting. The last one he put out, something about not getting laid in a minute, but if he does get it, it'll be okay. If she's down, that's okay. If she's not down, that's okay. He's still running through on his swag.
I can hit the chorus real quick.
You can go for it. As long wait, did you run that through DistroKid? You did
Nah,
not.
nothing's run on DistroKid yet.
So if
No,
you haven't done any of
wait.
that shit, then go for it. Well, my only concern is copywritten shit. So like my music, I can't play on my stream because I fucking ran it through the systems, and I'll get my own copyright flag, and I can't even contest it on Twitch.
This stuff is not even.
You can spit whatever you want. You want to freestyle and interrupt me? Just do it.
Ain't had a chick in a minute, so it's not really a biggie. Lot of biddies in the city that's hot. So I get what I can get when I can get it. If she's with it, then I'm hitting. If she isn't, then I'm dipping out the window. Every night, like swipe, there it go. Trying to like for a wife, lame, yo. Think I found one that might be down though, but she's hotter than these pots and these pans. Whoa.
Just to like add there, because you couldn't hear the ad lib, he says fucking Tinder, if I'm not mistaken, after the swipe, and that was my favorite fucking part of the track, because ad libs got real important to me. Having a good ad lib makes your verse. I don't know why.
Engineer has been hammering in my head, bro.
Because like everybody can rap, not everybody can make a listenable song. This is the big ego part of me, because I'm from that like golden era. Is the greatest. Tupac's the best. No, Tupac's amazing. Tupac is a man and a revolutionary leader. Oh my fucking god, I can't even stress how much Tupac is the goat of artistry.
A whole 4-hour conversation just about Tupac.
What?
You can have a whole 4-hour convo about just Tupac.
Trust me, I believe you. I've been reviewing some of his stuff, and like we just did Don Illuminati. Fucking blew my mind. I found out after the review that the reason it's called, and I wish I'd known it on the review, the reason it's called Illuminati was an effort to fight the starting to become really problematic feelings of Illuminati conspiracy theory bullshit that was keeping people from chasing success in their life. And then I thought about 2012. Because I don't know if you remember the Illuminati takeover of 2012 when that shit just became mainstream, everything. And the number of people who wasted, and I know people personally close to me that wasted hours upon hours of YouTube fucking video threshold bullshit just watching Illuminati, this is and that's, and advance nothing in their life. And that was why Tupac made that album title, was to stop that from happening. Kill Illuminati, kill the idea of this. And I'm like, Boo! Tupac is ridiculous. Just like that alone is ridiculous.
Take lives, bro. No, I don't even mean murder. They just take
Mm.
potential away from people.
But fair enough. I kind of forgot where I got on Tupac. That totally distracted me there for a second. But yeah. Anyway, sorry. Go on.
I was saying we could have a whole conversation of Tupac just off of the
ad libs. That was what it was, because you had the ad lib game is drilling in. Anyway, everybody can rap, whatever. But when it comes down to making songs, there's a lot more to it. And what I also noticed about your music was you're in the pocket in a way where like cats don't even know what the pocket is. You're doing kind of complex rhyme schemes that are fitting into the pocket. And if you heard what he just did, there's melody there. So you clearly understand melodic hooks and shit. So, I mean, I'm super curious, right? How you have both the boom, like, because you got the bars, like, I don't know. So let's say you're 13 and Drake's there. How do we get from that to you're being like, because some of this shit is like 2 years ago. So you're 18-ish, right?
yeah.
So how do we get all of that compounded in? Like, what happened in high school to you to get all of this shit, dog? I'm so curious. Like, what? Because, yo, people my age have no fucking idea what people your age listen to. We just think it's Migos. But really, I don't think y'all listen to Migos, because Migos looks like they're my age.
They are. Literally. Nah, bro. Like, high school for me, bro. Can't even lie. I was like, for the most part of it, in grade 7 and 8, man, I had my crew. I had my friends that we I'd hang out with, obviously, and shit. But once they dissed me on my, like, I told you, like, when I recorded my first song and I showed it to, like, Trashing It Hard, I X'd them out real quick. Because deep down, I felt like rap was important to me already, even though I just started it.
But, like,
So
who are you listening to then? I mean, I know you said a few names, like, in the room, but, like,
at that point, I was listening to a lot of Mac Miller and Chief Keef.
that's a mix.
It's a mix.
How are you getting music? Because this is shit where our lives would have been so different. So, like, how are you acquiring new music in your life? Like, where are you finding out about it? Like
Back then?
Well, let's go with back then. Now we're all getting it through Spotify. Let's be real. We're all getting it through YouTube and Twitter. But back then it was a different world, and it was really like, I mean, I imagine. Well, actually, I don't know if it was. I'm curious.
I had it kind of looked like this gray cigarette, not cigarette, lighter. I don't know if you remember. You definitely do.
Maybe.
iPod Nano.
Yeah,
I
definitely
had an iPod Nano that my sister had got for her birthday a long, long time ago when it actually came out. And
Okay.
I had my Mac since 2012. And that was the point where I started being able to more freely explore my passion for music because of the internet and everything associated with it. And so I grabbed the Nano because she didn't really use it because she got the iPod Touch. So I grabbed the Nano and I just started loading it up with songs I would download off of LimeWire and shit, or through like third-party backdoor Russian zip file websites, like, and I would download music, upload it on the Nano, put my earbuds in, and get rolling.
And you were just tech savvy enough to do this. It was second nature. Like,
in a way, yeah.
Like, you've always downloaded. Like, that's just always been a thing to you.
I never like learned, like, I just did it. Like, I don't know, like,
I had to actively learn how to torrent. I had to actively learn how to, like,
I my first Eminem album that I ever downloaded was a torrent from Pirates Bay.
That's nuts, man. But, like, for you, that was just everybody. I guess you guys were all just doing this, so this was just the normal thing to do.
That's why they made us all get laptops, I guess, because they saw, like, the where the world is going, or whatever it may have been, like, technology could be more integral, like.
And so all of your peers would have also had this MacBook because you're surrounded by a bunch of people with the means to steal and create music. That is so. I don't know if you've ever heard of the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, but
I have. My sister's read it.
Yeah, one of the things he presents in that is the idea of 10,000 hours of practice leading to perfection, which is, like, there are caveats, like, I'm 5'7", I'm never going to be the NBA guy. There was no way that was happening. You know, like, it's just what it is. There is a trend towards shorter people ending up more in music because athletics closed up real quick. Like, these are just real facts. But it sounds to me like you were just put into this environment where from the jump, everybody had the means to create. and because you weren't the only one, you said your boy JS Films also is was rapping back at some point in the past.
Mhm.
So was there like a lot of rappers in your school? Like was that something that was like going on? Like is everybody a rapper?
It was actually kind of disappointing the amount of because there was a lot of rappers, right? There was I would say me, Jared, that's my homie. This other guy named Isaiah, a couple other folks. I would say total maybe it was like half a dozen rappers when I was still there. But when I say rap in high school, I'm thinking lunchtime rap battles, beats on the cafeteria tables and shit.
So
My school never had that because it was very quiet, like white school. I guess like no, there was never going to be that type of energy there because I watch a
right.
lot of rap battles too. Like rap battle, like battle rap is my shit as well.
Ooh, when'd you get into battle rap?
When did Disaster and DNA go against each other?
I don't know.
I would say like 2014, 2015.
Okay, so you'd already gotten into rap a little bit, and then you just kind of stumbled on battle rap along the way.
That's how I get a lot of my technicality, I guess, with bars and wordplay. Is like I study anything I listen to for pleasure, but I also study it. So I
Okay.
try to pull to certain things.
So are there any like what's your favorite like battle rap bar that you ever heard? Like what is the bar that made you just be like, what the fuck? Like the most.
I can't quote it verbatim, but it was this Loaded Lux. I don't know if you know Loaded Lux. I don't know if you know battle rap like that. Yeah. Uh, it was his battle versus Calico,
Okay.
where like Loaded came up to the battle with a suit on, kind of like behind that suit is kind of funny, and came up and his people pulled up with a coffin as if they were already bodied Calico and shit. And the
Okay.
last round was him giving just spitting real life facts. Like I can't quote any of the bars because I haven't watched this in a while, but it's the verse that stuck with me the longest because he was just educating this man for the last round of the battle and like telling him what was wrong with his life, why people treat him the way they do, like what mistakes he's made that he didn't even realize were mistakes, et cetera, et cetera. And like you could tell like it affected the guy. And the guy has not had a battle since. Or if he has, he hasn't like he really fell off. Calico was coming up and when Loaded did that, like down the drain with his career. So and not because Loaded bodied him so hard, but because what he said actually affected him as a man. Like he was like, oh shit.
That is super fascinating. Like I don't know like how often people get to hear about the kind of stuff that motivates people like that. So for me at least to hear what motivates you is super fucking interesting. Like you're the kind of guy that fans should support based on what you're saying because you're not like gonna just flip on them in 10 years and all of a sudden become a completely different person. But it also sounds like you're willing to just straight up say who the fuck you are today and now so that they're not gonna get like misrepresented. So I'm gonna get the feeling that authenticity, I'm gonna attach the idea of honesty to that is super important to you. And was that stuff that was always important to you? Or was it like along the way you realized the value of it or did drugs slash came to that epiphany?
That is something I would say was instilled in me by my parents.
Okay.
I'm intensely grateful and fully like aware of how lucky I am as a person to have the type of parents that I do. Because I've been out of school for 3 years now, just doing my music shit, working my jobs or whatever, helping around the house when I can. Like, but they support my music in the sense that they're not kicking me out the house because I'm a bum rapper. They're not like whatever. And throughout my life, they've always told me and instilled in me like the goal of life is to be happy. If you're happy being a garbage man, that's fine. Be a garbage man, but be the best goddamn garbage man there ever could be. So
Mm.
I was always brought up believing like you can do anything, but if you try to do it, you might fail at it. And but if you don't fail at it, you better keep pursuing it till you are the best possible version of yourself in that field.
That's beautiful, man. I really think that is the kind of lessons that like people do need to hear. I was blessed to have a father who said those kinds of things to myself, and I do think that on a psychological level, it does drive you. And I feel like it's consistent in everything you're saying. Like nothing you said there seems kind of whack. Yo, big respect, Thomas, for sharing that with us. His dad told him the same thing.
Hey,
It shaped
hey,
his
bro.
life. And so I love these moments where we combine like that. Because, yo, check that. That's like a lot of age difference, but the same core wisdom to create ethics. Now, I'm not going to say I'm the most. I wish I had the way you see the world right now at your age. I was late. But I feel like what you're saying has me believing that at the very least that I can philosophically align with you in a lot of things and how you approach your craft and your art. And I really love that about your whole world. Like when you say Hoshea the Great, honestly, it's pretty fucking impressive. There's a lot of, I'm not going to say there's an absence of people your age that are doing this actually. I'm going to argue you might have a harder fight than I ever will have to because for my
Heavily
benefit,
saturated market, man. Heavily saturated market.
I have the benefit of being the first generation ever to have 35-year-olds still buying new music. It's a weird world I'm in. But I guess in your world, you have the saturated market. Now, I don't know how much the work ethic is in your art market. I'm going to imagine that you get the benefit of still only a tiny percentage of people will ever, like, do the market thing. But you know what you can do right now? You can get fucking views because you got all these people around you. Like, I don't know, like, do you have any kinds of plans for like schools or anything? Like, how do you meet people? If all you're doing is music and you're working, how the fuck do you actually meet people?
Bro, the fact that you're asking me this, bro, it's things like this. I'm gonna tell you, this moment right here, this whole interview, is another sign to me that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Because I
Oh, it's
answered that
touching, dog.
exact question about 4 weeks ago. Like, I've been discussing that with my team and my people in my life and everything. Like, me dropping out of school when I did has resulted in a lack of networking abilities. When you just work at the same spot day in, day out, when you're just at home making music all the time, when you're social media can only do so much for you. Sure, it's a very powerful tool,
Mhm.
but it's one that needs to be used in tandem with real life grassroots connections.
I'm going to say it's pay to play, and virality is very unattainable without dollars, whether it's in the pre production era, whatever. You can get lucky if you're hot, but like, come on, let's be real.
The best way to go viral, from what I've seen, Gary Vee. I know you know Gary Vee, the type of dude you are. You have to.
Yeah, I do. I brought him up a little bit
A lot of
before.
the shit he says is stuff that I implement, and when I do, it works. And something he says about virality and being able to go viral, it's not about quality or quantity. It's about both. You need
Mm.
both. You need both. You cannot have one or the other. You need both. You cannot have good shit sometimes or bad shit all the time. You have to have great shit all the time. And it's real hard. It's real hard. I haven't posted. I'm beating myself up over here because I haven't posted shit on my page for like 3-4 days, and to me that's real bad. I'm fucking up my role. But at the same time, I see artists not posting for however long, not whatever, and they're already ahead of me. So all the time I'm re-questioning, reevaluating the steps I take to promote music, to whatever. And Corona is like eliminated the real world aspect. I know this started with like you saying like what's up for school
Knock,
with
let's
me, and
keep
like
running it, Dad. This is great
I,
shit.
I segue on top of segue on top
Love
of
it.
segue.
That's why we're up to 12 people watching now.
Hey, bro. But no, like I went to Trebas. I don't know if you know Trebas Music
Yes, I
Institute.
do. I went ahead
I,
and I went through the tour of all three of the big ones, and I got accepted to Music Technique and said I don't want the debt, and I bounced. Oh,
I said I want the dent, but 6 months later, this chat.
thanks for following the North FC3. That's real dope of you.
Hey, much love to y'all.
So when did you go to Trebas, or did you went to Trebas?
I went to Trebas for 6 months. I started in fall 2018, and I was there until April 2019 because halfway through the program, I realized I did not learn anything in terms of music production that I didn't know already, and I just dropped about 8 grand on a program that I was already in by myself in my room.
Yo, that is a very insightful epiphany to share with the world, dog. I'm really
And
proud of you.
I was 8 G's in the hole, and I was like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna go because it's a 16 grand program for 1 year to get the certificate and all. And halfway through, I was like, I cannot afford this. I already owe my parents almost 3 G's. because they're paying it now, and I don't want my parents ever paying for my school and shit. I pay that shit myself. So I hopped out, and I was like, I'm gonna continue learning shit on YouTube the way I've been doing it because it's working.
So which program? Because I know Travis has several programs. Which
Sound
one?
design,
So that one is the basically about engineering.
about engineering, production, and recording.
And so what I'm understanding is even back then when you did this, already the information is basically out there, and so you're saying there's not a lot of benefit in going to this school. Like, is there a reason to go?
If you struggle in terms of teaching yourself things and are better suited in a classroom environment where you have somebody to guide you, which there's nothing wrong with, and you got the money lying around, go for it. Go to Travis, go to Music Technique, those type of schools, private institutions, whatever. But if you're like me and you are capable of learning by yourself, teaching yourself, oh, okay, oh, I got scared you froze for a second. But no, I was saying like,
If you're able to teach yourself,
oh,
what are you? You can't hear me? Are you breaking up? We got you proper on our end, so everything sounds smooth. Do you guys have it smooth? Let us know in the chat. Hopefully, it's all good. But
yeah, keep going. I was just saying because I can hear you fine. It's just your image is jumping around a bit, but it's cool, I guess.
all right. For now, I think on my end it seems pretty good. It's the unfortunate realities of live. Yo, I've had some real trash on Instagram Live. It's part of why I stopped doing it, where it just like fucks up too bad on my phone or whatever. So like, I feel like Hangouts is a little safer. My boy Chris is QAing for us and letting us know it's all good. But I really, so honestly, I just like what you were saying about. I just wanted to like I kind of lost the train of thought there, but what you were saying about quality versus quantity is super interesting to me because I was part of that era of 2017 YouTube when everybody was trying to spam the daily, and that was just the cool thing to do. But I was making like giant ass videos, and look, I'm not gonna say our shit was quality or not. I just don't think we knew what the fuck we were doing, and so I would argue that the quantity was there, the quality was inconsistent. There was too much fickleness in our mood that would be reflected in the episode. It took a very long time to learn how to like do the shit without like when we had a bad day, you know what I mean, like that kind of stuff. So we learned and we made it happen. But what I learned is if you put out bullshit too often, it's gonna actually yo, Chaka's in the house, been watching.
My brother.
Yo, respect. Thank you for watching and then figuring out how to sign in for us. That's big. It hits my heart like that. That's super cool.
I'm trying to sign in.
But even like if I bring it to Twitch, so I've been testing Twitch out. This interview shit, okay, people seem to like it. This is a good thing on Twitch. I was also trying to play video games from Epic Game Store that came out on Thursday. Guess what? Nobody cares about that. So my average viewer metric will die if I keep doing the content that nobody wants, which is kind of like big things on fucking Twitch. I don't know. So I love what you're saying because it's like reaffirming to me even things that I'm struggling with in terms of how to manage my empire. And that's what I love about doing these interviews is you know how much we're all learning from you, dude. It's so fucking cool for you to share all of this with us.
I'm still just coming to terms with the fact that I am a leader. And I see that in at least
no. Keep going. That is what you are because you a fucking artist, so you became a leader.
That's it. I preach all the time how I chose this life, and like Hoshea is a translation of my name. So my name is Joshua, and it's a Hebrew translation. It's biblical in origin, and it essentially means the savior.
Okay.
And attachment, the great, is not. It was at first. It was just to be able to cement like a social media name that's consistent through all platforms, so it makes things easy for people. But it turned into like a real extension of the name, like the savior who chooses to be great outside of whatever. Because I my whole life, man, I help people. Like that's what I always find myself doing, even unintentionally. And I feel through music, it's my best chance at making a change in this world. And it's kind of funny we were talking about Tupac because one of his quotes that is always running through my head, like at least once or twice a day, man, is I might not change the world, but I'm going to inspire one of the people that does.
You know? That quote resonated with me. It has been one of the biggest things as well. I love that you said that, dude. You're a fucking cool guy. Sorry to keep
Respect.
cutting you off, but like, I don't
That's,
know.
that's,
As you guys can tell, I'm a chain smoke dubes and kind of get excited type of dude. So, um, when did you
oh,
discover Tupac?
actually, huh? When I discovered Tupac at like 14, I knew of Tupac. It's
Okay.
actually kind of crazy. My homie Ada, I don't know what he's up to these days, man. This man goes so mad hard, but he's like from Turkey, and apparently they ride for Tupac in Turkey, bro. Like hard,
Okay.
like, and his mom bumps Tupac, bro, and his mom's like 50. Turkish lady from, like, they live in around me now in Hudson and shit, but it's wild. Like, he's such a like, he makes you a lot of these guys. That's the reason why they're on my wall, and Tupac as well. Like, they make universal music. They make music about the human experience. Everyone can relate to the experience.
That is really cool that you said that, because I was saying that George Carlin's funny for the exact same reason that you said Tupac is fucking talented. I don't know how much you know about George Carlin's career, but to anybody that knows George Carlin, that's why he's funny. All of his humor is derived around what brings us together as humanity and language, because and language definitions is a huge part of it. And what I liked about you earlier, is that you thought on each one of the questions, what possible version of the word is this person meaning when they are asking a question? And now I don't know if that's just because you're an MC, or is that always how you've been?
It's kind of wild because, like, it's evolved into the point where now I know it's kind of always how I've been, but for a while I thought it was like me trying real hard to be a certain way. But it's just it's my default. Because I'm a rapper and MC. I started as a lyricist. That's my bread and butter. I produce my shit, but lyrics is where I shine the most. It's what comes natural to me. And me and my sister are kind of opposite ends of the spectrum, because I'm a rapper, MC, very urban influenced. We'll call it sloppy writing and making up rules and shit. And she's an English major. She studies literature and all that shit, like hard and etymology and all that, the origin of words. And so her and my mom, bro, they're both like mad smart people, like upper 90s in all classes since grade school through to university type of thing. So subconsciously I pull from them, I guess, in terms of my vocabulary. Because I don't read. They read like motherfuckers though.
Like, but that explains it, because I was like, you have a book vocabulary, but I suppose that's a fascinating thing I never considered, is that if you're surrounded by, like, you know, a sister who's going to call you on word choice or like use more complex. I just assumed, because you brought up, nobody says etymology without having definitions and history of where it's brought. Nobody says that without somebody coming at them. So like, that's a fascinating point where it shows maybe some value if you're that smarty pants complex person and people get mad at you for flexing your lexicons. What I learned from Hoshea here is that flexing your lexicon can have a valued impact on people over time, and it's worth doing. That's cool, dude. I had no idea that that was even a thing, really. So that's so interesting.
It's wild. Like, now that you say it, like, I never viewed it like that. I was just thought like, oh, it's a coincidence. But nah, because a lot of times too, man, in high school, people be like, oh, you're trying to be smart using big words all the time. It's like, no, that's just what I default to. Like, again, it's like, that's what you're around. You are your surroundings. You are who you surround yourself with. And when you're a loner who just sits at home, makes beats, and goes upstairs to see his family and eat food, you pick up on what your family does, because there's no people inside the speakers to like pick up habits, you know?
So if I'm not mistaken, you're 17. You finished high school?
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, 50-50,
Yeah.
depending on
It's funny, though. I try to guess how many times I retook the same math class to get my diploma. Advanced math.
I'm going to go with 3 because it seems like a more interesting number. 5. That's serious. Which math was it?
Charm. Advanced grade 11. So we were doing grade 11 math while integrating some like I don't even remember what it's called, advanced algebra or something. I don't even remember, bro. Like,
Fair enough.
I've let go of that. Like, it's gone from my head.
I
It's all
feel
just
it
running.
though. I'm gonna be straight up with you. There's no way that you do music and can't figure out algebra because music's algebra. They're the
I'm
same
good at
shit.
math. I'm good at math. I
But
just
yo, the schools are garbage at talking about math. I don't care what
because
anybody says.
you
Math
make it fun.
problems are fucking stupid. You want to tell kids how to learn about fractions? Use hip hop. Get them to dissect a fucking flow against the various elements and describe syncopation through numbers. And I guarantee you, you'll find a way to create an algebraic expression that'll make a bunch of people who don't give a fuck learn algebra. Anyway, I can go on about my disdain for language and math and shit all day long. But yo, nobody fucking cares about apples unless you happen to be in a place where you care about apples. But
Yeah.
all I'm saying is I had teachers who I was blessed where they would use our names in tests. So now all of a sudden the questions were a little bit about the gossip. And they made the questions more fun. And I just guys kind of realized that, yo, you look at math questions, especially, you have to fucking be a linguist to actually break down what the anyway. So it's fine. Math's garbage. The way they teach it, I mean, is garbage. I'm all about math, but they don't make Pythagoras cool, and that's sad. 'Cause
With a name like Pythagoras, it's kind of hard to make him cool,
I
though.
don't agree. He sounds like a Greek legend. He sounds like some fucking phoenix motherfucker. Like he's gonna
I
bust
don't
out with his sword, straight up, and it's on fire. And the motherfuckers breaking down principles. Because, yo, here's an example of how they could teach you the algebra, and Pythagoras is dope. All right, so every single day of your life, you're actually solving algebra equations off the jump, straight up like a squared plus b squared shit. So you get out of bed, the first variable in your day is what time is it? Now you have an objective and a goal. I start work at this time. In the middle of that is actually a really complex algebraic equation you're running of time management, where you basically fill in a bunch of things and you move stuff around basically to find out, let's say, if you have enough time to rub one out before you start your day or not. These are some serious questions that have to be like figured out and worked out and all these things.
Hey,
It's just what it is. It's just what it is. But the fact is, if we presented the math question including words like rubbed one out, I imagine high school kids would give a fuck about time management. That's what I'm trying to say. People might not agree with me, but that's what it is.
I would have answered a lot more questions about dollars at the strip club than apples and oranges. I'll tell you that.
Big facts. And I believe it. I'm just saying, most people would because it's interesting. It could even be safe interesting. It could even be like, how many RPMs does this particular car have? I'm not a car person, so I'm totally talking out of my fucking ass. But pretend it was hot shit car stuff. That's all I try to say. So when you said you had to repeat math 5 times, all I heard was our school system's garbage. And here's what's up. I come from the last era of good Quebec education. I got blessed like a motherfucker. They made that shit where y'all pass all the time stuff after I finished high school. Like, I was done high school before that became a thing. And then at one point I did this big brothers, big sisters thing. So I'm in this elementary school talking to some like fucking teachers, and I found out that y'all could only fail like when motherfuckers, if the school, the teacher, and your parents all agree. And that's the only way a motherfucker can fail now. And I was like, hey,
My parents must have been agreeing, bro, because I didn't know that.
yeah. That's well, I don't. Okay, look, I can't say it's across the board. And if you went to a private school or something, it's different. And blah 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 blah. There's a million fucking conditions. This is just what the elementary school fucking told me. Anyway,
That's pop.
sorry. Yeah, the chat. I was like, yeah, the chat's getting lit. I love it. Y'all are like fucking making me. Because, yo, check it. When you guys are chatting like that, you make us feel like we got to perform and make it get litty. If you guys go dry, we're going to be like, okay, nobody's watching. That's just the truth of what I'm learning about Twitch. But no, for real, I love that we're having this chat. Because I think, for me at least, the goal is to try to create some fucking relatable shit where we talk about the stuffs that other people are never going to ask you about. Because everybody else is going to go, Hoshea, tell me about your writing process. To be honest, I don't it's what it is. It's your writing process. You're going to put words together. You're going to practice a whole lot. You're going to get in front of a microphone and either you spit it all 1,000 times in front of people or you go one take it after spitting it 1,000 times at home. It's the same process for like, you practice, you get better. That's the
repetition, man.
But I believe you put in that repetition. Listen, this guy, like, when I went up against him and I heard his fucking verse, I was like, shit, it's good. Like it's good. Like it's not even like it wasn't like there was anything like I could say about it. It was got bars, flow, punch, and it sounded like you put more time into it than I put into mine. And that's the biggest thing I took away from it. And I had a big respect moment on that.
Humble flex, real quick. I'm a humble flex right here. I could have went harder on that first verse. Like I wasn't taking the challenge as serious as I am now. Now that I've progressed to the final round, because I really didn't feel I had a shot. I felt like, oh, everybody has more followers. Everybody blah 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 blah. And now it's just like, not to say I wasn't trying in that first verse. I definitely was trying, but it was very laid back.
The sound quality was astronomically worse on that first verse against everything else that came. I noticed a huge increase.
That one wasn't recorded. I just recorded with my phone. The other ones I recorded and had them mixed and everything.
I honestly, straight up, I figured I'm going to lose this shit because it's a social media popularity contest and I'm in my 30s. There's no way I win this. So I just took the opportunity to preview a verse from an upcoming effort, and I just had fun with it. Plus, it's good for the Instas. You know, it got me. We wouldn't have this chat if I hadn't, participated and taken that L. And I'll say it again.
It's a W both sides, man. Like,
except for the part where my name got a fucking X through it, and you get to move on a fucking chart. Okay, here's the thing though. It was a huge W for me because I got 160 fucking votes, and I voted for you. They don't know that. I kept putting screenshots where they could see I voted for you, but nobody like pointed it out. But I'm like, whatever. But I'm just like, fuck it. I'm whatever. And then, so that means I actually got 160 votes, which tripped me the fuck out. Like, that was a huge fucking thing. So just no L there. That's like, wow. I didn't even know that many people gave a fuck. Like, it blew my mind. But then you got 400, and I'm like, holy shit, I would have died in round 2.
I had people in Africa voting, bro.
That's wicked. How did you meet people in Africa?
I didn't meet them. They're just friends of friends.
Dog, you are the plug. I don't even know how you got this network.
I'm antisocial, not for the reason I don't like people. I'm just very picky with the people I surround myself with.
Love it.
If they don't bring something to the table, if they do not help me with my life, like as much as I can help them with theirs, obviously it's reciprocal. But I don't need someone in my like I said. If you don't bring something to the table, you're not at the table. Period.
It took me a lot longer to learn that lesson. I swear, like I was probably in my 30s before it really clicked that that's how you fucking play this game. So really, I can't stress enough. Maybe like to you and your clique, this is all like standard shit, but to my old man ass, I'm sitting here going, damn man, the future is bright. If y'all is running shit, we safe, dog. All the fucking old people can fearmonger all day long. Y'all is fucking smart, dude. I don't know. Maybe it's because y'all could just Google from like the beginning of time and shit. Like your whole life has just been there's Google. Like I had to grow into Google a bit. And I don't know. Maybe I'm really playing into this, but I've really enjoyed this chat. Like to me, it's really fucking invigorating because like, first of all, big ups. I don't know how many interviews you've done, but I don't know how many times you've done it where they broke an hour, 20 minutes.
This is the first. I would consider this my first real interview.
That's fresh. But that's cool, man. I just wanted to like say that's how long we've been at this on the live part after the countdown. So fucking respect, dog. Because we could just keep talking, in my opinion, which is what I'm gonna keep doing. She's gonna kill me. My girlfriend is like, fuck, I'll see you in 3.5 hours. And then she like went off. And there's a 50-50 she's listening to this and she's listening to something else. So we'll see. I'll know after this call is done. Nah, dude. So I'm very fascinated also in the general of the Montreal scene. Like we're peers in this. As much as this contest was an interesting hub, what I thought was fascinating about it is the first time I saw 20-year-old rappers. Because, I mean, we were looking for y'all. As in, me and my boy Chris literally have a list that has a lot of names on it. But the number of little names, as in younger people on it, is very small. So the facts is there's like thousands and thousands of rappers in this city. That's not a hyperbolic number. I'm saying I'm gonna call like 2K Anglo and another 3 to 5 Franco across Quebec. Quebec's more complicated because, well, it's fucking French and it's all seamless there. So with that, like I guess there's a whole new world and a whole landscape we're all entering in together as an MC. But for you though, being where you're at as a young guy, the game is different. When you go, I got a show, motherfuckers actually want to go out because y'all do that still being young people. So I'm fascinated by that part of your life now. Let's pivot a bit into that kind of your career. How much have you performed in your life as like a on stage, actually do the thing?
Let me count in my head real quick because it's a handful.
All right.
1, 2, 3. 5 times.
All right. So walk us through your first experience with the stage and all that. When did this happen?
My first experience with the stage was in 2018, October. I believe it was October 18th, 2018. So 1818. And it was this show for a foundation, this girls' foundation that a friend of mine, or a friend of a friend of mine that I connected with, was organizing. She's an organizer. She actually has this her own label in Montreal that she participates in now, called Sixla Productions. And no, she organized a show. She was starting off as a show promoter, and it was a list of, I believe, 9 artists performing in 3 sets. There was no opener or closer. It was an artist showcase, so to speak. And I was like
I'm going to rephrase that and say everything in Montreal that is not opening for a big person is what you described, my friend. Not everything, but 95% of shows is what you described.
artist showcases.
Yeah. Anyway.
I know because those are the only shows I've done.
And the reason for that is business and how they promote the shows. And look, I don't want to go too much into the shady stuff because I feel like that entire business model is fucked, and I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan of it either, but I see the validity behind it, given the way the Montreal rap scene is.
It's because, look, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons. At one point, there were some people back in 2012 that were doing some things, and then some bad things happened to them, and unfortunately, they died. Is the level of bad things that happened to them, and they were like real players, and they were really doing things. So when I started entering the game in this front, you would go to the show, and yeah, it was still kind of like showcasey, but they still called them shows, and you would get 15 minutes, not 10, because I discovered 10 is too short to make a motherfucker come. You need 15 or a motherfucker's not coming to my show. Maybe at like 20, they'll still come because they want to get drunk or shit. But at 30, nah, man, if you don't say the word 15, there is nobody with kids that is leaving their fucking house. I can promise you that because I have parents in my circle now. Parents.
Shit, bro. I got parents in my circle too.
I'm certain your parents look at you and go, shit starts at 11, go fuck yourself. Because that's just, well, maybe not in my case, that's kind of how it goes. I feel like young people might go, maybe I want the babysitter more. Not for an 11 start time, for an 10.
No, I'm good. I don't need that.
But,
so I take care of myself. I can't take care of a child.
No, you don't need to worry about kids now. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll have a kid if it happens. But like, I'm kind of grateful that I don't think I could be like so pushing content right now if it was with children. But I guess what I was saying is there's a lot of parents in the world and they don't want to go out to these shows at 11 o'clock to watch you rap for like 10 minutes and then see like 9 other people there.
10-minute, 15-minute sets, bro.
15 is a realistic opener set. I'm not going to hate 15 because it gives you 3 tracks at least. And that's actually enough to keep. And this is from like trial and error. Like people will fuck with you for 15 minutes.
3 tracks, and that's the only show I thought where I actually gained any type of valuable exposure.
Which one was that?
It was, okay, no, sorry, there was 2. There's 2 of them. So one of them was performed at Théâtre Bar St. Catherine.
Yes.
This little corner, the thing with a little stage. I don't know if you've seen in the competition, the dude Fly Jordy, he did a live show there like on Friday of the challenge that just passed.
Okay.
He did a live show at the St. Catherine. It's that same spot. And that's where my first show was, and that's where the one where I performed 3 tracks was as well. It was another artist showcase. But that one, I felt the crowd more involved with my set because when you're just doing one or two songs, bro, people are either you're either lucky that they're checking in with you and they're actually paying attention, or they're waiting for their artist that they pulled up for to come. Whereas with if you're doing 3 tracks, after a certain point, they have no point. They have no choice but to tune in at least for a second.
Yeah, that's it. I like what you just said. I'm gonna steal what you just said and use that because I didn't make that connection 1,000% on the part where you're forced to listen to somebody when they have the 15 minutes. Hey, shout out Golden Coast for fucking following y'all. You love that.
That's my boy, bro. That's my new favorite producer
I'm telling
in the
you,
city.
every
Keep
single
going.
person that followed us is your boy and your girlfriend because they're
Amelia.
awesome.
Really.
At least today on this stream, because that's amazing. Y'all are like cool though. You making this chat lit because all y'all in the chat, you're in the YouTube video after as it pops up. I'm just letting y'all know that's what's up. So that hashtag La Familia, it just flashed on the screen. I guess you can see that because you're watching it, and I'm being a fucking moron here. Okay, that's fine. But I think what's really, really like interesting about all of this is well, first of all, you have this fucking squad. That's really cool. But if I can ask this, and you can say no, is how did the ticket and payment situation work? Did they like ask for X amount up front in order to give you tickets upon which you can flip into more money?
Who asked me to buy tickets to sell tickets? I did not go to.
Okay,
I had
so
an opportunity to perform at the Rialto Theater in front of 600 people, but they wanted me to sell tickets, and for every ticket I didn't sell, I owed them however many dollars. Fuck that.
love that you said that. That's really good. People need to know that that's the right answer. Here's the thing. There's two sides to it. One, you're not going to get anything out of that show. Listen, if you're doing that shit to open for somebody, let's say, check it. I went to go see, like, I don't even want to throw, like, shade and shit. It's just, I've gone to, like, actual shows where, like, the opener is a name. Like, the main person, I mean, is a name. And my boys have opened. And then here's something I do that a lot of rappers don't do. I talk to the crowd because I don't have a lot of friends. So I just want to like, and then oftentimes I don't even talk to the crowd. I just stand there awkwardly in the crowd,
Everybody's
eavesdropping.
my friend.
But you know what happens when you listen to everybody eavesdropping in the crowd? You hear how little they give a shit about the openers. I just can't wait for insert famous person name to come on. And then I realized, you know what I can tell you about my shitty shows in the low end bars and stuff? Motherfuckers, like you said, had the opportunity to like hear your name, get a chance to see if they like your shit. So I really like that you said that and that you were smart enough to recognize it. So you're saying though, just for the optimism of the scene, there are different promoters out there that are giving you free opportunities to come through and do the showcase. Like just straight up come through. That's what's up.
Like you and like the people around me, they see a certain amount of potential, so they're willing to give me that shot.
I like that
Often.
your manager dude, I think it was, is agreeing with me. So I like your guy already more. So straight up, Shaka, you're a fucking cool guy.
He's been feeding me this info. Like I'll be straight up. He's the reason I have a lot of these answers. He's really like the wax on, wax off. You know, like Karate Kid shit. Like he's Mr. What's his name? It's not Wasaki.
Is it Miyagi? I'll be honest,
Miyagi.
I don't fucking know that much about Karate Kid. But that's cool. So you found opportunities that are there that let you do it for free, or was there? All right, that's cool. That's worth doing. Anytime that you can do it for free is my rule of thumb. To be honest, I don't try very hard, and my problem that I'm facing, and here's why you got to jump on some shit while you're young, and it really is some advice as an old guy to you. I can't get 10 people to come to a show they want to go to. As in, if I had to try to find 10 motherfuckers in my life, I'm talking everybody at work, everybody I know, every rapper and artist I know. Everybody's either so busy and whatever, they're all just so busy that they might click on a link like this. But I could get 3 to 5 people to show up to a show. That would be an optimistic point of view on my network. And that's what happens if you wait till you're in your 30s to like really push it.
At the one artist showcase that I did where I performed the 3 tracks and I had more of a pull for the audience, only like 4 or 5 of the people there were actually there for me out of, I'd say 40 or 50 people that came.
I respect the fact that you could get 4 or 5 people to show up, dude. I could not. I don't think I could.
Living where I live, bro, especially for me, that was impressive because the people that came out, they live where I live, bro, and it's like a 40-minute drive from the fucking show. So off that, that's mad.
Because you're in like fucking faraway land. Is there opportunities in faraway land for you to do like some cool show shit?
There was until they sold the damn bar. There was this bar called Chateau du Lac, and it was a little like old school joint, like cowboy type of bar, wood floor, wood bar, wood chairs, wood everything, gambling machines in the corner, blah blah blah. And they had a little spot in the stage, and they would do like themed music nights, like twice a month, every other Friday. And one night would be a rock and roll or country style thing, because that's like what the old people like around here. And one night it would be a random act that the promoter came across on Instagram or whatever the hell. So sometimes it would be rappers, pop groups, folk, whatever. And my boy, it was in the chat for a second, 40 mil. He got a chance to do a couple shows there. He's an artist too. He lives around my area. We've been working on some shit together, and he had a show there. And he brought me out to the show, let me open for him, let me do a couple tracks and everything. And
big ups 40 mil. That's a big boss man move.
Brother, bro, like for real, that's family to me. Like, and off that opportunity, like I started talking with the managers there, because I learned that the manager there was a family friend of mine, etc., through my father. But they sold the bar like a couple months ago because I believe COVID. They were already having money troubles before COVID, and I believe COVID like put the nail in the coffin for them. So they had to get that shit sold and out. So locally, there's still in town in Saint Lazare, there's this bar / club called Chez Maurice, and it's more of a EDM sort of oriented club, but it's definitely a spot that I feel I could pull a show at, because there is a crowd of young kids around here that would definitely be down to have some rap shows going on in the area. It's just it's I would say it's a pretty decently big venue. They're not going to just let any random kid in the area come on stage and do their thing. Like,
so let's go at this a slightly different angle. I'm into like tech a lot, and most of the time when I go in the tech angles of this chat, the old guys I talk to are like, bro, I need that IRL connection, dog. It's all about that. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. So I'm fascinated by the future stuff. This last weekend, actually, I participated in 2 separate Zoom call ciphers. So open mics, they were open mics, where I spit like a 15-minute set for one, and then I freestyled a little 4-minute thing or 3-minute thing, whatever. And then a couple days later, I did a track in front of a bunch of cats in New York and what's not over there. And then I thought to myself, why am I not throwing Zoom concerts? Like why the fuck am I not doing this? What do we need? Zoom? Like gear? I got
live mixer, bro.
You don't even need it. You just need share audio. Hit play. All right. I found this out while I learned, because I fucking tried all sorts of shit, multiple microphones, blah blah. Share audio, and I'm like, why the fuck am I not actually sitting there going ahead and throwing a Zoom call? So first of all, you're totally invited to come jump on a Zoom call and spit some fucking tombs in the near future. But on your end, do you have any aspirations to get into using technology? So let's not say aspiration. How do you plan on leveraging technology like that to grow your brand? Because maybe I can steal some great ideas from you.
It's a higher level question, my friend. How do I plan on leveraging technology? I plan on leveraging technology in the way that technology allows you to essentially document everything. So whereas 10 years ago, let's say where the inception of the J. Cole's and the Chances and the whatevers were coming around, social media was still in its earlier stages, where everything was less accessible. You had to more so go out of your way to do sort of live things like this, or even post a video or whatever. But now it's so easy to use, man. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Like I don't know how else to go about it, but it's second nature for someone like me to use the benefit of social media is whatever you want it to be. You can use it as a tool to educate yourself. You can use it as a tool to network with people. You can use it as a tool to expand your brand and promote yourself. You can use it as a tool, like there's so many options, and my goal is to use it for all of these
Yeah.
things at this.
I have to cut you off. So you had the 30-year-old in the chat going, but yo, you missed the human feel. Just like I said, happens when I bring it up with the old guys that I talk to. That's the first thing they go to is the human feel. And I can kind of that all the time. And I love the fact that I ask you the tech question and shit, and you're just all like, or maybe he's responding to the Zoom calls or the shows, but I just thought it was funny that the guy who's my age felt that way, and I get it. But you're all like, yo, document the future, create new connections, do it as you want. I love that mentality. I just think it's hilarious to be like the whole like. That's why I think you're a cool dude. So yeah, sorry to cut you off. I kind of got distracted. But if you want to keep going with that same thought, I think it's fucking interesting.
I would branch off of it. It's like because there's the power to do all of that with social media, but when you have the human feel as well, is when you start to be able to connect with people. There's a difference between connecting with people like, hey, hello, and connecting with people like they relate to you, they feel for you, you feel for them, and they ride with you like that. And my goal as of right now with social media, given this whole COVID situation, given the fact that you can't meet people in real life the way we could last year, and we probably won't be able to for a while, is to establish as many actual connections as possible, friendships, real relationships, not just, oh, you follow me, you like my music, thank you very much, bye bye, have a nice time. Nah, I'm checking in with all my peoples. Anybody who even sends me a message of like, yo man, this is a dope track, I hit them up. I start having a conversation. I get to know them as a person, as what their interests are, what they do, what et cetera, and I'm trying to establish. I'm not trying to network off of the fact of networking. I'm networking off of the fact as I want to really make an impact with people's lives, type of thing.
I gotta ask a different set of questions now because that's how my brain works too. It's all over. So I know you're not reading the books, but you're saying the shit the books is saying. So this has me going, where the fuck are you getting the knowledge, dog? So sure, the language and shit comes by proxy, but yo, I'm telling you, motherfuckers spend thousands of dollars at my age to learn what you're learning, dude. Like, you know what's really nuts? My role at work is to teach old people about the nuances of how people use social media. So the fact that this is all second nature to y'all means my entire job doesn't exist in 10 years. Or it's super advanced. That's the other option. But like what I'm doing now is just second nature to you folk. But like the fact that you did that whole like empathy thing, everything you're describing about learning about people, all of that shit. Holy crap. Like, dude, that specifically, like, yo, my whole millennial generation failed at that, right? Like, we're really bad at that shit. So, I mean, I guess Gary Vee's an influence. That tells me you're on YouTube. So, what YouTube channels do you find that are dope? Maybe we can go. Maybe that's something I should actually start asking because that seems like where you're getting some knowledge. Has to come from some YouTube.
YouTube is. I get, like I said, for me, social media is as much a platform as it is a tool. I learned so much through about video making, music production, history of whatever the fuck, like social media, and I classify YouTube as social media.
It is absolutely social media.
It's wild, like the amount of things you could just.
Do you
you know what? Vsauce. You ever heard of Vsauce?
Of course, I'm a huge Vsauce fan.
Where it started for me, way back, back when I first started writing.
Like Michael Vsauce, like the original one.
Michael, welcome to Vsauce. Today we're gonna talk about blah 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 blah.
Damn, dude. I've watched every episode of Vsauce, but I caught him late and had to go back in time.
I have too. I was catching them when they were coming out, and like that's part of the reason I feel like I am the way I am in terms of, we'll say, intelligence. I guess I still don't consider myself a really smart person, but I'll let people interpret it.
I'm gonna have to argue with you on this point and say, dude, man, you're holding your own in a way that's making me feel like I'm like you. You're making me feel it. Like, damn, I don't have a chance in the future with kids like this here. I mean, hey, I don't fully believe that. I'm just lying a little bit. But like in the sense of how smart you are, dog, it's like undeniable. The amount of wisdom you have dropped. Look,
I appreciate
the reason I can say that empirically is you're presenting yourself in a way where you're saying the right things at the right time in the right moment, as though this is your one shot, one opportunity to seize everything.
That's how I live my life, bro.
But the fact that you're like I'd say, like, look, you're almost 2 hours into this shit. You are consistently holding it down. So either you're completely full of shit to a level of magical, or you're that smart. And nobody's that good at being full of shit.
Either dazzle them with your brilliance or baffle them with your bullshit. I do a bit of both at all times.
That's fair, but I think you're pretty authentic. I mean, we're all entertainers in this, right? So I expect that to a degree you're censoring yourself and you're being hyper aware of the this and the that. But fair enough. That's the dazzle nature of it. But you've definitely, at least in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that like the two or three of my like solid fans on my YouTube that actually watch our interviews, and are going to come through. At least one of my patrons is in Montreal, so one of my supporters lives here. He seems to care a lot about the Montreal. Sorry.
Got some Patreon shit.
Yeah. So, because I mean, the channel does album reviews, right? So we basically do these long ass album reviews where we go track by track through it. It takes over an hour minimum. We can break 2 to 3 hours sometimes. That's just kind of what we do. It's good for SEO. So I started it like that, and now I just love the format. So they sign up and they pay us to do album reviews. And I got like 6 of them. But one of them just coincidentally happens to live in Montreal. So he's very invested in the Montreal rapper series I started. So at least 2 people, I'm pretty sure, on my YouTube channel think I'm gonna watch this interview. And then who the fuck knows, man? I actually have no idea how many people from my core audience watch the interviews. I'm really doing this because I want to fucking show people that Montreal is interesting. And how could we prove Montreal is interesting? Guys like you that are just like actually interesting. And you repping it. Like, make sure you rep that Montreal. Don't give me that fucking straight up, I'm from the outskirts. Nah, straight up. We need you to just be like, Montreal.
Ever dropped out of the 17 songs I've released has been dropped at 5:14 p.m. for a reason.
Hold up. Is that facts? You've done
Fact.
that? You like
Every time I'm pushing my shit at 5:14 p.m. this Friday, I'm dropping this. That's what I do.
Amazing. Like, for real, that's amazing, dude. I'm just saying, because like the team sport of Montreal, we need that. And this, I have a feeling that this could be the decade. Why? Tech. Montreal's a tech city. Motherfuckers act like we still all blue collar. We not. There's a lot of white collar motherfuckers up in this city now. And like you said, you're capturing moments and shit. So how do you plan on using tech? Are you gonna do the Hoshea blog thing? I don't know if you do it. I guess your stories is like a quasi blog vlog thing.
Yeah. There's this artist Guap Dad 4000, and I pay attention a lot to what he's doing because I feel like he's sort of a futurist in the way he approaches marketing.
Okay.
As an artist, he's very much on the quantity side of things, but he has this vlog that he does, and it's called the Valentino Vlogs, and it's a day in the life of the rapper. And part of me wants to do shit like that. Part of me knows I'm not at the point in my life where my life's interesting enough to do shit like that and have a camera on me all day yet. It's getting there. But technology, man, it's really like something that I use in a different way almost every week. And
can you elaborate on that with specifics? Because when you say super vague and interesting things, we gotta drill down to the specifics.
Yeah, drill. No, it's a lot of like, for instance, some weeks I'll be on my TikTok wave. I'll try to do some entertaining stuff, some less music oriented content, just stuff to, get people. Because I find people are more inclined to interact with. I've noticed they're inclined to interact with things that are not directly music related, in terms of pushing a product like a song or whatever. So I'm trying to, and it's hard for me because I'm not really a social media person at heart, but I'm learning to be because that's the era we're in and it's unavoidable. And so I'm trying to let people into the process of an artist and I'm trying to break down the wall of an artist is like this type of deity, this type of unattainable level of being that is not realistic for any of us because of where we come from or what we do or whatever. And I'm trying to show like you are what you do day to day. So if I show you that I do this shit day to day, and eventually through those day to days I make it one day, then I've essentially just broken the whole system down. And so with technology, I'm trying to just keep that going, and it's kind of like a hope system in myself. Like I'm hoping people are patient enough as I am for myself with my goals that they're willing to stick around and see this shit come to fruition. Because I know I'm going places. Like I can't even front on that. Like
I'm gonna have
I
to
love it.
co-sign that idea, dude. I'm telling you, this whole conversation, if you convince me of anything, it's y'all fucking like you going somewhere, dude. You have all the billionaire, like when I say billionaire, I mean I got fascinated by billionaire habits, and you're displaying too many billionaire mentalities in your young mind for you to not be going somewhere pretty far, pretty far. But yeah, I really like what you're saying a lot. So do you like TikTok? Are you into TikTok as a consumer of the product?
I want to be. I want to be real bad, and that's where I'm scared. I'm already falling short of the curve that technology is accelerating at. I'm only 20 years old, and there's already this platform that's out recent in the last year or so, 2 years, that I already feel like I was not there for the inception of, and it's reached such a status that it's like I'm trying to hop on it. I'm trying to get into it, but it's a different level of it's a whole different animal from whatever the hell Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter are. It's different. It's like Vine 3.0,
Okay.
and I enjoy the organic reach of TikTok and the fact that anybody can go viral like this if you just stay consistent with shit more easily than you could on, let's say, Instagram, where you would need to pay for ads and etc. But as a consumer, I'm still not really fully on board with the format. It's a little too fast paced for me. Like not I have ADHD or some type of something where I have focus problems. But even on that platform, it's like there's not I can't pull anything from it yet. I'm still learning how to gain something from that format of content.
I totally relate to what you're saying. I went through that with Instagram.
Uh,
Everything you're describing was my feelings on Instagram. And honestly, you look at my Instagram now, I'm trying to actively use stories. That took me like 6 months to a year to get comfortable taking stories of things. Um, but like, I like what you're saying. It's fascinating. For me, what happened was for TikTok, I got hooked though. They got me. So some guy made a TikTok with his cat making fun of a dance, one of the TikTok dances. And then I looked up the real dance, and then the song got stuck in my head, and then I searched the song, and then it just started feeding me hot girls dancing for a while, which, look, say what you will, it's not boring. But TikTok's fascinating. But what I love about what you're saying is that it almost feels like it's a lottery system. And that's exactly what it feels like. We're testing it. We're posting our Blue Jays eating peanuts and shit just to see what the fuck happened. I got 5,000 clicks doing fucking nothing. It's like nothing, but it got me nothing. It's a vanity number.
a lot of it too. I've learned is
But yeah, there
at
was
the
a
point.
question that your boy asked that was super interesting, and it's scrolling down. So I feel like I'm just gonna like ask it because it's really related to what we're saying. So nowadays, how y'all feel about the level of dedication someone need to put on his craft versus is social media normal life? Is the goal to be in the successful 1%? So that's two questions, and then they're just chit chatting about it. Love it. So I guess that's two questions. Is success being in that 1% slash materialism slash power, wealth, etc.? Is success that? And the split, I would argue, between being your social media game, which I'm going to reword to marketing, to putting between your marketing and your craft. So how much is important the time split between the craft and the marketing? How much is the time split or the effort, or what is success? I'm repackaging your question. That's what they're now called.
What is success? Success to me,
Yeah.
it's happiness. It's happiness. I I'm hard pressed to say I haven't already succeeded. There's times where I'm like I'm just writing a song or I'm smoking a J in my car, writing music, knowing I want to go record it and send it off to my engineer to be mixed and mastered. I'm like, what's different about this than what I would ideally be doing in 10 years when I make it to the top of the game?
Day
The
job.
only thing that'd be different is I wouldn't have. Okay, yeah, okay. Yes, there'd be a lot of things different, but I'm saying in that moment, like making the music. I'm already making the music. I'm already doing what I would need to be doing at that level to continue to stay at that level. So it's like every time I make a song or whatever, it's like glimpse into the future for me. It's like, sure, I won't be flipping pizzas anymore. Sure, I won't have financial stresses like I do now. But at the same time, I've got a label that I'm signed to. I'm in a steady relationship. I make my music. I got a team of people who believe in me. My family supports me. What else could I possibly ask for besides to keep doing that until it turns into something even greater? You know, I'm an incredibly. I see myself as an incredibly lucky person because I've figured out a couple years ago what I want to do with my life at 20 years. And
Gosh, that
a lot of
was
people don't figure it out
that
until
was
like a lot later.
yeah. You're not wrong, dude. I like that you said that because I don't know. There was something about talking to you that I really liked, and I think you just put it on. Like everything you're saying, I'm thinking about it. I'm like, if you're a jaded person, everything you're saying kind of sounds scripted because it's too perfect. But I'm not a jaded person. I actually just relate to everything you're saying, and I think that's fascinating. Um, Success, I agree with you. I actually had the same epiphany, and here's the sad part. If we want to talk about that 1% thing. I had a 4-hour conversation with a dude from Bronx that's been rapping for like 15 years and knows famous people. And part of our conversation was, yo, it's over. Like celebrities and shit, it's over. All of this shit is ending. As in, like, nobody's ever going to beat Eminem's records because it's just statistically impossible. If you run any algorithmic breakdown, you just can't have that level of superstar with that kind of lasting power ever again. Eminem is the reason white people rap. That'll never happen again. Like that kind of cultural significant is that. The other side of it is there's the barrier of entry. Like, check it, dog. I can record an album on this mic in this room, this, that, and that. You can too. I can see your fucking mic. And I'm sure half the people in this chat could probably record an album if they wanted to. And everybody's going to be recording albums. And then the question of success comes down because he said 1%, which makes it materialistic, money, top power, etc., the best. And I don't think we can be the best. Did you all know Black Thought's still rapping? Like, you know who Black Thought is, right?
But this is where I need to go a level deeper. Of course, I know Black Thought's a legend. Black Thought's a legend.
But Black Thought's at his peak today. He got better than ever. Like, I can't compete with Black Thought in the game of hip hop battling. It's impossible. He's
either I'm crazy or I'm tripping, but something deep inside me tells me I can.
That's fair, and I'm not gonna take that away from you. I don't ever want to say that nobody can do it.
I might be wrong. I'm humble enough to admit that, but that's how deep my belief in myself runs. Like, I will take on, even if I lose, bro, I'll take on anybody. Put me in a rap battle against Eminem. I'll go into it knowing I maybe have a 0.0001% chance, but I will bet on that chance until it's death of me.
But I suppose what I'm saying is, from a point of view of success, as long as these guys are actively pushing music, they're at the table.
That's the thing.
And so that's success defined under that purview of 1% and winning, it doesn't exist in the future of music, unfortunately, for all of us. But I foresee a lot of us pulling 6 figures, like just straight up pulling 6 figures, living off our music. Absolutely. Quit our jobs, whole squads of us. In number, more people I can see living off their music in the future that I'm envisioning. So success.
If you go on a world tour and you only sell 40,000 tickets at $30 each,
I mean, that's a loaded math question that I can't answer right now.
We're not going to do some math right now, but the point is, like,
I get the point. Like, it's all sustainable. But my answer to the success question is to keep doing it is really the goal for me. And to really quit my fucking job and make enough money. No offense to my work people. My work gives me education, so I'm not highly motivated to quit my job quickly. I'm getting trained to be a manager. I'm getting trained to be a better communicator, and a lot of that environmental shit that we were describing a little bit earlier on. So I'm not that incentivized to quit my job. But then I also realized I didn't quit my job and I can afford my music. And I noticed you have a job and you can afford your music. And so, like, I'm just saying that in terms of you might actually become the GOAT. Like who am I to say that you are not going to be the GOAT in terms of talent and prestige? Because that's of all time, and of all time includes people that haven't been born yet. So I'm not really like, whatever. My whole point was from a success point of view, good luck breaking the records. That shit's going to be really fucking hard
That's gonna
because
be mad tough. That is, yes.
regardless of cultural significance. And I think why I bring this up is because of the generational difference. Are we facing the same challenge? Yeah, absolutely. But like, I mean, are you guys aware of it? Like, how are you guys planning on coping with it? But then you gave me that beautiful answer of success where I'm like, shit, all of us need to listen to this interview because, yo, I know a lot of cats my age that could learn from what you're saying about how to proceed their shit in a way to make it sustainable. So if I understood your idea of success is in 30 years, you're still living this life.
I'm living this life with my hands free of any added stress of a job that I don't like, of a friendship or whatsoever that is unbeneficial, of worrying about those I care about's financial situations or whatever, like without being able to provide. It's like if music can get to the point for me where I can provide for those who helped me get to that point, those who helped me come into this world and those who helped me stay sane in it, I can provide for those people. I can provide for myself, fiscally untethered. That's the 1% for me. Because how many people do you know that are actually 100% okay with the life they live?
A couple. I'm blessed to know a couple. But
Yeah.
a couple.
Okay.
I mean, this is where, when you do get to your 30s, if you on the grind and you have my spirit, which I would say we're kindred spirits here, you attracted my attention. I'm like, ooh, I want to help this kid out. I have that effect on the 40-year-old version of me. So
Okay.
I do get the benefit of seeing it, I can't flex like too much, but I happen to know one person where if I ever had the solid enough business plan that could have the 10x return, I could get the financing. I don't have that idea, and I don't want to go down that path in life because to me that sounds stressful and not fun. And I'm more about like the harmonies of living within the realms of my ethics while still pursuing the dreams that are my dreams. The grind is really what's more interesting, the journey part. But the other question was related to the balance between social media and fucking being an MC and honing your craft. And I want to hear your answer first before I say what I think on that subject.
It's a question I have yet to have a full answer for because it's something I'm still figuring out. But at the point I'm at with it, it depends what you want out of this thing we call music career. Because for me, like you just said, I just want to be able to provide for those who help me get here, help me stay here, and et cetera, et cetera. And to a certain degree, the climate we're in, the market we're in nowadays, you need to have an abundance of vulnerability. You need to let people into your life. That's just how social media is nowadays. It's a lot easier for people to watch a 20-second video about you and see what type of person you are than it is to click a link in your Instagram bio to go over to your Spotify page to listen to one of your songs to maybe think they know what they know, blah, blah, blah. It's a very fast-paced environment. So the balance between the two, the balance between time dedicated to honing the craft and working on the craft and the time telling people about the work and showing people the work, I wish I could give you like a percentage breakdown of what I see in my head because there's times where I think it should be 50-50, 70-30, 95-5. Like
Actually,
it depends.
if you kind of leave your answer with it's all of them, I would like your answer better than if you picked one of them.
It really is. It depends on the moment of because if I'm dropping a song, like if I just let's say it's 5 minutes after I dropped a track, it's got to be 95% social media, 5% working on music. If it's 5 days after I just dropped a song and the promos are running in the background and everything, then it's got to be more like 60% working on the music, 40% the social media. And it changes and adjusts gears every time you do something. Like when you make a post on one platform, you got to make a post somewhere else. When you make that second post, you got to take a step back, go do something else. It's like we're at the age as an artist, you may have a lot of free time, but your availability is shot to the ground because you gotta promote your shit. You gotta show people what you're doing. You gotta let people know what you're doing, when you're doing it, when things are happening. It's the only way to balance it is to go all in. And at times, the people around you suffer from that because you gotta sacrifice quality time with people to achieve quality time with what you perceive as progress and your goals. And people around you might not always see that.
I love your answer. Because it's really important. I barely work on my music anymore. That's the truth of it. To be
Yeah.
fair, I put like way over 10K hours into it now. So, in like, I mean, I don't know if I think you hearted one of my recent performances. So, like, oh, that's like live what I've been posting. Like, it's not really like, like, whatever, people like it or not. But, like, that's just like what I can fit in for like a thing. But meanwhile, my answer is you should probably put like a heavier shift on social. That's the truth of it. Shit's gonna take 7 to 15 years to like really become a sustainable business model. And I'm not trying to be like whatever. I'm saying you're in the middle of that number, right? However far in, I don't know. Maybe it starts when you were 15 because that's just how it worked for you. I don't know exactly when it becomes that point, but you seem to have a fan base popping, etc. But there's a time threshold to success if your goal is longevity. Meaning, it's just not like a fucking rush, right? But the problem with social media is that you actually really, if you are good at it, it's going to make your life easier, is what I've learned. And where I guess I want to segue into, because when I brought up like tech and shit, it was actually just a pre-question. A pre-question. Oh, yo, thanks, 40. 40 just big up my fucking lyrics. Yeah, that's dope. But the pre-question was about virtual reality.
Uh-huh.
I own an Oculus. That actually what he called it. For some reason, he was routed through the Oculus, and it was a FUD goofy above it. But the reason I got that is because I believe it's the future, dude. Like, I'm convinced that, like, fuck that, man. Like, why are we all going to go to shows where we can't smoke pot? And this is a big thing because old people, a lot of us smoke a lot of pot, as you can see. So you can't smoke weed at the show. Drink prices, you never got to have the good drink prices in my youth. That was the one thing. Yo, dude, I got at La Belmont $20 rum and coke pitchers. I could get people to go to La Belmont. I'd be like, $20 rum and cokes. People would be like, $20 rum and cokes. And that was enough. Nobody actually gave a fuck about shows. It was like drink I mean, they did, obviously. But telling you, that drink special was like a huge thing. Belmont got rid of the drink special. I watched the crowd cut in half. I watched it cut in half at the same event. Now, yes, there's other factors, but that's a big part of stuff. So drink prices have gone up in Montreal. I'm sure it's everywhere because I talked to somebody in Kansas and we had some very similar observations. So I'm going to assume it's everywhere, probably New York too, just because it's live. Weed is legal here, but weed is not legal at the venue and it's not legal in the streets of Montreal. It's just not, right? That's the facts of the situation if we're talking legal because of our current Quebec government. So technically speaking, if you happen to go through a situation where people want to go out, they can't get high and they can't afford to get drunk in a legal capacity. Yes, there's other options. We're not going down that route. So if you really, really, really want to go through it, that's what's up. Yeah, Chris is part of the channel, yo. Chris Chrome 93, he's my boy. It's right. He gets track 3 on all my albums. He gets a feature. That's what's up. Because I see the chat's late, yo. The chat is late. It's making me really excited. Yeah, I appreciate that. I hope y'all come through for other interviews and integrate. Because I got, straight up Friday, I got my next interview at Next Montreal, dude. Not even going to lie. I'm fucking stoked. Because that's what I kind of like. Earlier, I think you said the right people. You want to surround yourself with the right people. Well, I want to find out the right people who are Montreal artists and connect them and kind of have maybe my Twitch. I mean, that's the dream. Turn into a little bit of a hub for these kind of interviews and these conversations on a regular basis because to my end of that social media with virtual reality and all that shit, we're going to be in a position where real life shows are going to die because of some of that shit I was describing. Plus, there's just a million other reasons. Construction, COVID, pick a thing. Half the venues closed this year. Like, so many venues in our city are officially gone. Like, we're talking staples, like places that I performed at, all sorts of shit. Just to respond to 40, everything in hip hop has an issue with clout. It's not Montreal. It's the entire fucking scene. Every single city you think of. It's not Montreal. It's the world. You pick a field, dude. Just to respond to 40's clout point, if you're a photographer, if you're a fucking quilt maker, if you're a Magic the Gathering person, if you play Fortnite, I don't care who you are, the world has a clout problem. That's a bigger issue. But Montreal has a problem of marketing and branding. So let me break down the Montreal problem, because I'm going to make a video series on this, and I'm comfortable enough to get this part out on wax. If we think about music scenes, I know this flipped from an interview into maybe a Holden lecturing bit. Whatever, we'll get back to you in a little bit. I think I was good. I gave you at least 2 hours before I started to dominate. That's like improvement for me. But so let's look at the music scene and relate it to something Montrealers can all understand. Hockey got your attention. So in the world of Montreal's music scene, and this is the same for all scenes. So let's look at all the music scenes in all the cities as the NHL, right? This is the scene. Montreal scene, that's the NHL. That's the league. That's where we all compete. Nobody talks about things at that tier. Then if we go down a tier, we got the teams. This we'll call it the labels, all the groups, all the names, all the organizations and whatever people put together. I know a bunch of names you probably don't know, and you know a bunch of names I don't know, and that's a whole lot of fucking saturation that's happening in the scene. That's all fine. None of these are problems if we're smart. They're only problems if we're stupid. All right? So we have this situation then where all of these teams are out there, and all the teams are hyping them up, and there's a lot of branding efforts that go into the teams. Then under the teams, you had the artists. This would be like at an individual level where you and I all come into the conversation. We're the players. Then on top of that, if we want to go a little bit, there's all the auxiliary things. So there's people who make skates and sticks and arenas and this is and that's, venues and sound engineers and this is and that's and this is and that's. They all can correlate if you really trace this. So if we talk a marketing front, nobody gives a fuck about building up the league. Everybody talks about teams and players. Nobody fucking would go to a hockey game if it was just the Montreal Canadiens by themselves jerking off. That's just never going to happen. That's not how the fucking world works. So nobody cares about the league in our city. And that's on the Anglo side, because if to deny that the French side is killing it is ignorant. The French side got a dude that got like 6 figures in like 18 hours. I'm like, shut the fuck up. Guys is killing it on the French side. End of the week, partnered with TVS to start a fucking French freestyle show, Le Fin des Faibles. So, yo, French side's killing it. It's our Anglo side that's got a little bit of a organizational problem.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And an ego problem. So here's the sad truth. Pick a lane, we're all good enough. The talent threshold for good enough isn't high. I mean, look at what's famous. It's not really good enough. So it often comes down to social media being a tool of community. That's important. This is a convoluted ass answer. Sorry about that. But virtual reality and shit, like all of this is just part of life now. And it's not going away. It's going to get like a little bit more complicated. It's going to get a little bit more whatever, but it's going to be a blend. So I'd argue that, first of all, social media is more important than your craft right now, because social media is part of your craft. You're an artist. You're not a rapper. And I'm defining that because you told me you want to be an artist. You want to be a community leader. So you and I, your actual job is community.
Yeah.
It's not artist, rapper, whatever. It's I'm going to grow a community and lead that community, and the fucking dollars will flow after all that shit, which is facts. That is facts. Plus, you know what my day job is? What I get paid to do? Community social media guy. Oh, that's right. That's a real fucking job. I'm just saying. That's what I go do.
You know.
Yo, 15 views. That's fire.
15. That's hard.
Tied at the record of the channel right now. That's fucking fire.
Let's bring it to 16, folks.
That's what I'm hoping for. Yo, share it if y'all want to. That would be real
share
dope.
That shit. Share it to everybody.
Anyhow, all I have to say, I think that the social media part's real. And a lot of what you said, I think you kind of get it too. Now, don't get me wrong. I totally appreciate the fact that you should put in daily effort onto your craft. But 30 minutes to 5 hours are not necessarily the same level of necessity. I'd argue no less than 30 minutes a day. That's my rule.
Minimum.
Your rule could be whatever it is. Plus, that doesn't include when I decide to bust a freestyle to torment my girlfriend or whatever. You know, that's just whatever. Anyhow, how do you feel about virtual reality was my big question. Let's talk about that, because I love virtual reality. And you're the first young person I get to talk to.
I haven't had the chance to really delve into it the way a lot of people have. So I haven't had a gaming system or a really inclination to get into the virtual reality side of things because I know like the inception of it was like more so video game related, but I
Facts.
see the future potential now of it like as a substitute or even an improvement on the formula of a live show or a event of whatever caliber. And my
Improve.
opinion is that if there was someone who knew how to take advantage of that shit the right way and had people that can mobilize people to create a chain reaction, like because with things like this, I feel people are a lot more inclined to like get involved with it and give it a shot if they see people they know getting inclined and giving a shot. So
Facts.
it's like a snowball effect. So if there's the right person with the right people around them at the right time to spread the message and then get something going that's actually dope. I'm essentially describing what I think you're probably going to be able to do right now, like
I don't know
of
about. Well, I can't do it yet, but I have dreams.
no, or like the level of like just like you said,
I
creating.
I can't picture
Uh,
it yet either. I have the vague fog because I know it exists, right? I mean, so
yeah,
I know. So the truth is Facebook is the right people, and Facebook's already doing all this work for us. So like that's just the facts of it. Look, so virtual reality started with video games. And then Microsoft made AltSpace VR as a conference app. So it's not there yet. But if your company's really, really smart, they throw virtual reality conferencing right now. And it's dope. I made a couple of videos on behind that youtube.com/behind that suit. If you look up that and AltSpace VR, you can kind of check it out and see what the fucking goofiness is. So the problem that
yeah,
it is it's in the goofy place of tech. It all looks corny as all hell. And I couldn't figure out how to play my beats because and then I reached out to them and they didn't fucking have an answer for me. They just said sorry, the feature's not available yet. But Facebook is making something called Horizon, and they got Renee Zellweger to be in the promo ad to tease this a while ago. You know they're talking seriousness when they get a Renee Zellweger. Um, and the avatars are still gonna look stupid and corny. But do you know, if you look at the periphery moves, gated concerts are now a thing on all these platforms, as in they partner with all the ticket sites. Gated meaning that you have to pay money to access the online event. This
mhm,
is now a regular thing. All the social media platforms offer it. Twitch and them are all making private back-end deal terms to deal with copyright and live streaming and all of these different
mhm,
things that are happening. Facebook Live, DJs, this, that. All of this is already happening. So Facebook's just kind of, here's what I predict. Copyright law gets fucked up next year and most people don't pay attention. But I don't know if you remember in 20, maybe 19 or 18 when all your favorite YouTubers would have been yelling about copyright for about a month or two in Europe and
yeah,
change it. Well, it happened, but it hasn't been implemented yet. That only gets implemented next year. So everybody's
oh,
kind of
shit,
waiting for that shit to go down, and we'll find out how bad copyright hell is actually going to be. Then, all of a sudden, Facebook's going to drop this Horizon shit. And built into that is going to be the way for us to throw VR concerts. All that to say that. So, like,
okay,
Facebook's the guys who are going to force it on us all. And so what I'm trying to figure out is who the fuck is interested even in fucking with the beta version. Because I went ahead and bought myself the Oculus, and I was going to be that guy that pushed it. And then everyone was like, yeah, fuck you. It turned out it's a really good thing to work out at home with. So I get a really good aerobic
yeah.
exercise with Box VR in my room, in this very room. I sit there in my
See where
underwears and I fucking punch and squat and shit. It's fucking real.
I got a heavy bag on the other side of this wall of my studio. Like
That's
it's
fresh.
over
She
there.
told
Yeah.
me I can't have a bag in here, and we can only have one if we get a house. But
Oh.
yeah, no, we live in this little shitty old apartment in NDG. But
I got some homies out in NG.
sorry,
I said I got some homies out in NDG.
NDG is where it's at. NDG, if you trace Montreal's English hip hop history and look into cats like D Shade, you're gonna see NDG's got some significance to our city. It's not the only one,
Okay.
but it's like a hub of the inception point of the Anglo scene. Is something I learned recently in one of these other interviews. But yeah, so VR is gonna come through, and listen, if COVID ends and you don't have a VR, come on through. I'll fucking show you the shit.
Okay, bro.
But
I'm down.
with COVID, I can't like invite you to my crib in an illegal fashion.
It's
It's
understandable,
just
bro.
what it is. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's cool. Your manager dude is basically from
Yeah.
the squad. That's what's up. Um, I'm just curious, I guess, to how open minded you are to this world and all of these changes. And are you like, let's say, like, does this make you want to go look more into it and figure it out, or are you like, nah,
Yes.
I'm gonna wait for that shit to happen?
I like learning things and learning about things, and I have a knack for it. I'd say like a natural gut, like my gut instinct on things is really like on point. It's something that I've learned lately. Like a lot of things I used to talk about have come to fruition without any extra extraneous forces. That. So I would say like I completely lost my train of thought there. My bad. But it's like nah. See now after 2.5 hours, I'm finally choking after a bit.
Choking, dude, it's hard to do this so long. I know, like, whatever. Don't even feel bad, dude. Honestly, I got to like. It happens all the time. I wasn't. Like, I'll be honest. I've been checking my phone here and there just to make sure life is happening. So,
Mhm.
that happens. That's why the beauty of this live shit. Plus, thankfully though, for anyone watching on YouTube, there's been chats popping up the whole time, and it's fucking
Mhm.
dope. But that's all right.
Nah, people popping off, man.
But you kind of said that it was inspiring you. Um, the idea of learning new things, kind of person to jump on shit. You have a knack for trusting your gut, and
Yeah, and my gut, like, yeah, you just sparked it back. Like my gut is like telling me like there's validity to a lot of the things you're saying about the virtual platform, like the virtual reality platform, and I see YouTubers taking advantage already. Like it's still more so video game oriented, but there's a large community of people invested in virtual reality already, and I see people taking advantage of that to expand their brand, whatever their brand is, and if they can do it with if you can do something with one thing, perform a little alchemy, we'll call it technological alchemy. Like
woo,
you can apply the same thing from one business model, technology speaking, to the next very easily, a lot more easily than you could in the real world, because in theory it all translates because the same approach of having to upload, having to share, having to promote, having to et cetera, et cetera. It's just a different product at the end of the day. So replace freaking I don't know, replace any whatever game somebody's playing with a live show that you can participate in and be like. How crazy would it be if you're in the crowd of a show and you see other people's avatars next to you and you see the artist performing live?
it's
Like
fucking cool.
it'd be fucking crazy, bro. You're in your house smoking weed, no worries. You're doing your whatever. You
It's
could do whatever the fuck you want. Like the
it's
fuck a
literally
bitch while
that.
you're watching the show. It's like
The guy sees it. He sees it. That's what I've been
I'm
telling
telling.
everybody.
I'm
Ah,
telling you. I'm a
so
bit of I like to consider myself a bit of a futurist. Like
so
I like
I
to think of the world in a forward thinking way.
I was facing one technological hurdle that I can't figure out, and that's how to stream my beat with zero latency to my voice through a single track to funnel into my fucking Oculus. Once I can figure that out with zero
Mm.
latency, that's the big one. I can't figure that out yet.
I
Um,
can't imagine the amount of steps it must like there's gonna be to like figure out how to even make that shit work though.
Not a lot. I've done a
No,
lot of research already. So there's this bad boy
okay,
called
no.
Voice Meter, and Voice Meter is like a sound hub that lets you take sound from one place and basically picture it like a bunch of virtual XLR cables running through your system, acting as actual devices that you can fucking deal with. So what I
Okay,
did
that's
on our
pretty dope.
pre-call is I took my Brave web browser, which gives you free bitcoins and its own little Bitcoin thing. Anyway, so Brave is a fun browser that blocks ads. Anyway, whatever. I don't know why I'm bringing that up. I'm a little tired. So I routed that through a separate port so that my regular computer shit. So in theory, if I'm getting Facebook messages, because I forgot to do that last time, and the Facebook messages got to the stream because it picked up the audio. So in theory, they haven't been hearing all the Facebook messages I've been hearing that have a couple times distracted me throughout this thing. So I can hear all the regular. And so Voice Meter has the Facebook audio going through my main computer things, but this Hangouts call is going through a separate thing, and the mic is going through a separate thing. So in
Oh
theory,
shit,
and this
okay.
shit's free. This doesn't cost money. It's a free fucking virtual
What's it
sound
called?
controller. voice meter with 2 E's. So voice,
Okay. Neater.
MEETR. Then there's like
I
3
might get that
versions.
shit.
Yo, it's a godsend, dude. Then in
That sounds
theory,
similar called Soundflower,
um,
where like it lets me route my audio through whatever the fuck. I can record something off of my Google.
mm,
As it like shit. Like I just recorded. Like, I sampled fucking Google Translate. I made her say something out loud, and it recorded the media audio for my computer, so I could bring it into my DAW and shit.
so yeah, voice meter has that. I was about to say that was like the bonus feature that, in addition to sound routing with finesse, that voice meter has. But yeah, so basically, what I want to do is find out the. So I'm trying to find a DAW that lets me take multiple source inputs, and once I have that, a DAW for free. My big thing is it has to be free, because if it's not free, I can't collect 15 artists to come show up, because you know how it's going to be. Not everybody has money and the same work ethic. But if I can find a way to do this for free, so I haven't got to it yet, but I have the free version of Pro Tools on my computer, so I can fuck with that, because I have a paid DAW. I know I can do it with that. That's not the point. But basically, my vision is you have the beat playing. So from voice meter, you take the beat in track 1. I don't care if this is boring, y'all. I'm geeking here. You have the beat in track 1, and then you have the mic in track 2, and you run both of those into 2 separate tracks in your DAW, which is receiving source 1, source 2, right? So source 1, source 2 from voice meter. Then you just put the 240 millisecond delay or whatever the fuck you need, and then you take the output of the DAW and put that back into voice meter. And then from voice meter, well, I don't know if you need to do this, but this was just, you actually might be able to go straight from the DAW to the program. But if for whatever reason your DAW doesn't allow you to, you run it back into voice meter, and from voice meter to whatever program. It's a bit of a loop within this program. That's my theory, but I haven't figured out that last little detail to test it. But once I figure that out, I want to start throwing these virtual reality open mics, because this one app doesn't require a virtual reality headset, so we could just in theory jump on and go do it, as long as everybody's willing to not cuss. Because their public events have no cussing, because kids could show up, and only private events can get raunchy. But then I thought private Zoom calls could have $1 attached to them. That could be a fascinating way to do it. So imagine what kind of wild shit could get up on a private Zoom call. And I mean in all directions of wild. Not that I'm encouraging all directions of wild.
But it's possible. The avenue is there if you're willing to take it.
I don't know.
That's like the crazy thing about it.
So I've talked for a whole bunch. What kind of crazy Hoshea ideas do you have? Also, I'm supposed to ask you about pizzas and about learning pizzas as a prime example of something. So first we'll go into pizzas, and then I'll re-ask about the next shit.
All right, so pizzas. So I just started working like a month ago at this pizza joint that my boy 40 works at. And it's called Pizza 900. It's like artisanal Italian pizzas. Like we make everything from scratch.
Okay.
We got the big old 900-degree fire oven and shit. And apparently it's a process, learning how to do pizzas properly and everything, learning how to stretch the dough, learning how to cook time, because the pizza cooks top to bottom done in like 90 seconds. So during a rush, let's say you got 20 pizzas to do, shit can turn sideways or whatever. But for me, it came naturally, just because I like to hustle at shit and I like to learn shit. Being able to make a pizza became something that I'm already able to do now. Like I would say flawlessly, obviously when there's more pressure and like we're in the middle of a rush or whatever. I'm a human being. I make mistakes, but I'm still learning. And it's funny because a lot of the topics we've tackled today are some shit that me and my new boss were just talking about today as I was finishing my work shift. Like she asked me to come sit down and have a talk and check in about like my progress with the new job and everything and all that. And she was saying how like the whole team there, they really like really rock with my energy and everything, and like how I present myself and my work ethic and all that shit. So, and I always dive in about how it stems from my music. Like a lot of the reason I hustle the way I do in life is because I do that with music. And if I can do that with one thing, again, I perform alchemy, I can do it with another thing. It's all a matter of just small, minute adjustments, you know. And I take the things I talk about musically related. I'm still learning to, but I try to apply everything I preach across the board in life as a whole. Because I feel you can't be 100% great 60% of the time. You got to be 100%, 100% of the time.
That's okay. I mean, it's impossible to literally be 100% great 100% all the time. I
Of
appreciate
course,
the main
but
philosophy. I
the
do.
philosophy is to strive for that and
Right.
put it every day. If every day you wake up and give your all for that day, you can always go to sleep knowing you did not fail, because if you give your all every day, you're not failing, even
So,
if you're
have you
not
ever had
succeeding.
patches where you don't give your all?
Of course, I'm human. I'm a human being. I go through my bouts of depression. I go through times where I doubt my musical abilities. I go through times where I doubt the path that I'm on. But regardless of how I feel for any given amount of time, I always fall back to my default, which is, and I don't know how it ended up this way, but I just think, or more so that deep down somewhere I know that I'm meant to be doing this type of shit. And the longer I go without doing it, let's say in those moments of doubt, the more I feel disconnected from reality. Like this shit keeps me grounded. The hustle of music and the struggle of trying to achieve things keeps me grounded. If I have nothing going on and I'm just sitting, like I can't go on vacation, bro. I cannot. Last year I went on vacation for like a week. I was in Punta Cana. 2 days in, bro, after sitting on the beach sipping fucking screwdrivers and shit, man, it's like I gotta do something. I gotta protect. I gotta write a song. I gotta check in with my peoples on the label. I gotta blah blah blah. I cannot stay stagnant,
I'm
and that
not
I
gonna
feel like
lie.
that's what's gonna carry me.
I would love to check in with you in 10 years and ask you how you feel about the vacation question. I just want to see if you're a little more okay with the vacation in a decade, is all I'm trying to say. But I love it, though, because everything you're saying from a mentality perspective is like straight up what it's supposed to be. I feel like again, a lot of us, at least in my age bracket and older, have spent a lot of money and read a lot of books to learn lessons that are just like inherent to the way of your being. If anything, this conversation has made me mad hopeful for future generations in terms of validating. I thought y'all were smart. I'm always been a team young people smart, because how could you not
Mm-hmm.
be? Y'all got Google in your pocket from like being six.
Right, right.
But to like see it in action is it's really cool. What are some like crazy Hoshea big dream, like if you could rule the world, what are some crazy ideas you think will happen that are gonna come down the line that you're prepping for?
Oh my gosh, uh, man, like there's so many that I don't even know where to start. Hold on a second.
That's all right, man. I am very happy to hear your answer. I'm certain everyone watching is also
Yeah, bro,
down
they're
to.
going off, bro. Everybody, like, I appreciate all of you guys. It's crazy,
Yo, for real, man.
but
Honestly, it's we're still at 14 people right now from what I
it's
see.
consistent too, bro. It's been
And
consistent for at least an hour.
I know that's like, and I mean like, yo, it hits. Like, it hits in the soul. Is all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, bro. But something that I see or would wish to
Yeah, like,
be part of happening is a change of mentality. Like it's something like, I was going off about like how I have a knack for predicting things.
yes,
But
sir.
like 2 3 years ago, I was talking to my boy and I was explaining to him, like, it was when I found the name Hoshea for myself. I like
Okay.
looked up the meaning of my name, Joshua. I looked up what it means and everything. And I figured, like, okay, so at some point in the future, there's going to be a crumble or a fallback or a whatever, where everything shatters, like the way it's been working. And there will be a shift of people to lead a new mentality, way of thinking, approach on the craft, life, or whatever it may be. And my goal from then was to be part of that shift. And
Mm.
the more I progress into this journey, I meet people like my team, I meet people like you. The All Stars Challenge happens and shit, and it's just, I consistently have been proving myself right with that affirmation of there will be a shift in the way people see things. And if I can help with that shift in a way, and if I can push people towards a more positive and unified sort of mentality with life, That's my ultimate goal with music.
That's mad fresh. I want to know what symptoms that you saw that got you to see that. Because, check it. I agree with you a gajillion percent. I'd go as far as to call this the third phase of industrialization. You did Quebec
bro.
history, so there's the first and the second one. I watched a video recently that did a really good job of explaining how the three factors that play into a phase of industrialization shifting are currently in play. And I don't remember all the good reasons, but I thought about it, and then with what you just said, that shift. It's honestly, it's like the fact is, your whole generation is just trained on PR and marketing, like all of you. Because,
literally,
like, I had to like go to school, like, well, I didn't, but like I had to go to school to approve. Like my company sent me to get courses on shit that's like inherent to you. So, Chris, you can do what you want. Chris is apologizing. He can come and go. He's just cool. He's here now.
it's all good, Chris.
But we
Everybody
just hit
loves
15 on my view. That's cool. Welcome back, Chris. Yo, thank you all, though. I just want to say thank you all to the people watching because, I'm pretty new to Twitch, as you can see with my shitty follower account. So, thanks for everyone who followed / please follow me if you're watching. I'm trying to get to 50. Yo, Hoshea the Great just followed me.
I just followed now.
I had the same moment with, anyway, this is fun. But yeah, at 50, we get like cool points. I think we can get subscribers, which I think is a monetization channel. That's super cool about Twitch. So you should be on Twitch because you can make money.
I got my Hoshea the Great set up now, so
that's all.
Only a matter of time.
40 mil music. So yeah, all you on Twitch, man, it's fucking cool, as you can see. And then I could see you're on. I pop in and go, yo. And then theoretically, if we build up networks, we could do shit. Like, let's say you make the Hoshea talk show and you run your own shit. I could host that on my channel so it looks like I'm live and motherfuckers are doing. There's a whole cross-promotion network at Twitch.
Okay.
Yo, Driz World, big ups. Thank you.
Hey.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I'm looking at this. Like, we can hold this chat. Imagine, like, this is a move in that shift, right? Look, if you were to go up to anybody 3 years ago and say, I bet one day there will be 15 concurrent viewers watching me have a conversation about regular shit for 2.5 hours straight, they would have laughed in your fucking face.
Oh, man. It's crazy. You know 40, the boy that's here right now?
Yeah, I see that.
Me and him were talking about starting a podcast, bro.
You should.
We were legit talking about starting a podcast.
You absolutely should.
This whole conversation is just an exact, like, it cements in my head, like, it's not that I should, it's that I have to. I need to.
And do it on Twitch live.
Yeah.
Don't be like me. Don't be stupid like me. Start it on Twitch live. Because right now, I'd probably have like 5-figure followers if I had just started it on Twitch live back in the day. That's the facts of social media and doing it as another important thing. But I started podcasting because I'm old. You're young. You can still like really push the music thing heavy as your only thing. Like that's actually still possible for you. I don't think it's possible for anybody past the age of 25 to just be a music thing unless you so hot they all want to smash.
Griselda.
They're not just music people. Like, I would argue they're not. Like, first of all, Westside runs a label, so he's already doing two things. And then, I don't know. I feel like, fine, Benny could be an exception. But both Conway, I don't know how involved they are in running labels and shit, but I feel like in the back end, they're all doing...
There's definitely some entrepreneurial something going on.
But that's what I'm saying.
Just music.
And I was talking to this next dude, and he's in New York. Again, he's been rapping for like 20 plus years. So, like, again, he's not necessarily old, but he's been rapping for a real long time. And he was describing his vision to go to Bangkok to get yachts because it's on the cheap. Like, you and I can afford to go to Bangkok and do drone shots on yachts. We can afford that, is something I found out.
We're millionaires over there, bro.
But that's what I didn't know. He was telling me. But the fact is, you still have to afford that plane ride, which means you probably have to find a way to make that cheddar. So you know what's not going to make money for any of us? Music. It's like, come on. Who the fuck sells albums anymore? I don't mean to be like a dick. Who the fuck?
Streams are viable if you get to a certain level, but it's very particular.
To make the kind of the 6-figure numbers that you really need to push it in the big.
Russ does it.
Russ is
But that's because he
the
owns everything
Russ
that he
is
does.
like saying
It's the
Wu-Tang
only reason.
invented merch. Russ is a
That's
unique guy, and he did something that nobody else can ever replicate because Russ did it. Everyone else is copying Russ now.
so that's the thing. I'm trying to implement the Russ formula
It's
with a team of people.
that.
It's kind of
Sorry,
backwards,
that
but
is Russ's formula. Russ lies to all your faces when he says he's by himself, fully independent. Get the fuck out of here, Russ. You have so many behind the scenes people doing shit. All Russ does is stream. You are doing Russ's formula. He has the team. These people throw around independent, like, because they know what motherfuckers. Is he signed to a major label? No. Do you think Russ can have fucking manage an entire
of course,
tour
when
by
he says
himself?
independent, I know he's not literally alone in the tour bus and shit. Like
No, he actually
there's-
fronts it to people like he is. So with Russ, that's how he puts his. Now, I don't want to disrespect Russ at all. Actually, I plan on reviewing Russ's EP tomorrow because Russ got
I was just
tracklist.
listening to it before.
I haven't heard it yet. He got
That's all I'm saying.
5 features that made me go, shut the fuck up, Holden, and reconsider Russ's ego. Because Russ had an ego, but I love his ego. I just don't like independent rappers who front like they're solo. Like, Russ may have made all his beats and engineered all of his music. He may have done all of his graphic design work.
Making good music is only 20% of being a successful artist. That's something I've learned.
And the fact is, part of Russ's success is that DJ Vlad interview where cats like me saw him talking a bunch of shit. Right? That's
I decided to check him out. Like, why is he talking all this shit?
And then part of it is because he makes some seriously female-friendly music in a male-dominated industry, and he's cute if you're into man buns and shit. Like, I'm not like able to really comment on that, but like he's not ugly, so that's another thing. I told you, man, the attraction thing is huge, man. People don't like ugly celebrities. I know it's fucking like a harsh thing to say.
It's the real
We're talking
thing.
like raw marketing. Like, it's just kind of what it is. And you know what? Like, beauty is subjective, but people like certain characteristics in a person. And Russ has this like lust to like fucking kill almost to succeed, and people are attracted to that. He sells a fantasy, and people buy it. Gary Vee sells fantasies. That's why he's very good at what he does. He did the Planters peanut commercial thing where he killed the peanut. That's Gary Vee. It's Vaynerchuk Media that killed the peanut as his fucking fault, and then brought back Baby Nut. That was all him. I don't know. That is not related to much. I got distracted. I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, but you totally you go after girls. Fuck men. Never even go after men one time. Honestly, I see your dude saying that there. He's absolutely right, dude. Like, you have that like boyish zen charm. Like, I don't know if you ever watched Weeds.
Zen charm.
If you ever watched the show,
I'll take it.
You know the Weeds, the show?
Yeah.
You know the brother who gets all the girls? You kind of remind me of that character. Go watch
I'll take
Weeds.
it.
And anyway, it's just you have this like peacefulness to you and shit. But here's the thing. You do not come off hard. Which
I know that.
is never going to get... dude. You know, do you do a lot of rap contests?
No. I want to. I've been looking to.
Go on
Since this
Facebook.
whole All-Stars thing.
You're just not on Facebook, right? Go on the book. You want to find the contest, dog? I'll get you an 8 after this. Just go on the book.
Yeah.
I swear, right now, like we're not friends on. Add me to like Facebook, my actual account, and I'll just like go click. I'm running a contest because a bunch of labels and shit. Like, you drop a 16, best one gets this. I think you have a chance of competing. I don't know. I would go the bars route more than not, except for this one. Like, I'm a judge actually in a contest. For this guy, he's put up a beat. There's 100 and change or whatever's the prize. Actually, an interview on Behind That Suit is a sponsor prize on that shit. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I already won the prize and I didn't even enter the challenge. Look at that.
Well, technically, you whooped my ass in a contest and I had to.
Accurate.
But I would just say, if you look on Facebook, I can introduce you to a bunch of them. But if you're actually interested, dog, you could have like 6 verses done by the end of the month and 6 I think there's about 3 or 4 I see that are active right now. Plus, I'm running a contest and I need rappers to come participate. Facebook, that's all I'm saying.
Send me shit, bro.
Absolutely.
I'll add you.
But so that's cool to see that because because I saw you do the Jelly freestyle challenge, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Are you a Nate Huss fan?
I was.
What does that mean?
Are we really gonna get into this right now?
I just asked if you're a fan. Personally, I think Jelly's a weird song that isn't for me. I think Baby G is well made. They're all really well made. Dude is fucking putting on for the city. But I don't necessarily see myself throwing on all this shit. I prefer the Catherines. I prefer the older stuff.
also prefer the older Nate.
But do I
But
respect the new Nate? Fuck yeah, that guy has flow. Oh my
I
god, does he have
did.
flow?
I respect the musical ability.
The person, whatever. I don't know him. Everybody I know who knows him says he's a good dude. I don't
He
have
seems like
any.
a good dude. He seems like a good dude. And
Like, I'm not trying to get
yeah.
you to throw shade on anybody. I genuinely
Nah,
was
no.
curious if you were a
Honestly, no.
fan of the
Honestly,
guy.
like I would, all summer, bro, I was bumping Jelly. I cannot lie. I wouldn't have answered that challenge if I didn't fuck with the dude. Like,
Uh, I just saw that somebody else I knew did it, so I said I'ma do it, and I put him
nah,
up.
that shit. It was nice. Like, even iced out Baby G, man. Like, some. He has the potential to blow. He really does. Yeah, I see it. If
Um,
somebody in the states picks him up, sees what he's doing, blow to the extent of at least 100K followers within the next year or two.
I hope you're right. I think the guy's
The
doing.
potential is there. You never know what can happen, but I see
He's
the
one of the top like 10 as far as pop elements go. Um,
yeah.
I would say that the thing that Nate Huss has that none of the other names that people bring up has is all of the guys I know who rap fucking look up to him. And that's something that I don't see a lot of. You have everybody go, but Nate's doing it for the city. And so I got to give the man respect. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like, it's cool to see it. But, I
Mhm.
mean, I don't know if he's the one to make it. I'm not trying to say yes or no. I think what he's doing, though, is he's making us all look really fucking professional. Because, yo, that
Mhm.
Iced Out Baby G video, I don't know if you saw the clip that came out today.
Hard.
It has a
Hard.
girl twerking on the bike. Like, I'm just,
Yeah.
he has
Yeah.
two chicks on him in the lip. I'm like, yo, as much as this isn't what I would throw on, our city needs to look cool. And if we really want to talk pure hip hop, how does hip hop start? Hip hop starts with girls shaking booties. That's the whole point of like let's get some booty shaking going on. What is the
Turn
point
up.
of a break beat? To dance. I could tell you something. Listening to Nate Huss, I realized I don't have anything that makes people dance, and it was a big mistake of almost everything I've done musically.
That's something I've realized too,
That's
as
fresh.
well.
So
And that's something I'm trying to change.
what kind of dancey sounds inspire you the most?
Dancey sounds. Pop Smoke, the baby.
Oh, I like
If
the
we're
baby.
talking purely rap influence, because I found myself, it's a lot easier to dance to a lot of Pop Smoke shit, a lot of R.I.P. Pop Smoke, by the way.
I don't know
But
what Pop Smoke sounds like.
ooh, think 50 Cent, but modern and club oriented.
Oh shit, is he like that good?
He's good, bro. Like
Was
he's one
rest
of
in
the
peace and
artists.
all.
Like I was legit like angry when he got popped like that because like I saw him like he was one of the next like big things in rap music. He really had that like 50 Cent executive produced his posthumous album.
Like for real though, I mean, I hear what you're saying because when he did pass, I watched how everybody in the older sphere of hip hop media was really all about that. Like they were really like acknowledging that this guy was something special and different in a way that like stood out.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, speaking of hip hop, I can't play any tracks live because of copyright, and it'll literally give me like a DMCA thing. And if you do go on Twitch, don't play music live unless you find royalty frees and really look into
Yeah,
copyright before you hurt yourself. Yeah, I would love to. I can't even play I have my track "Lose Weight" that I'm real proud of. I can't play it because it's not even
I
in
picked
the.
that one with the video and everything.
I had a lot of fun with that. I don't know. I lost a lot of
Yeah.
weight, and I think it's catchy. That's all I was
No,
going
it's just
for.
nice.
But yeah, I have a lose weight remix challenge. That's one of these contests. $250 for the best remix. So all you gotta do is
Two
jump.
fifty.
Yeah, plus
Look,
a
bro, I'm
couple
not trying
other
to
things.
steal your money, but like,
Listen, I want y'all to jump on the remix, so you'll get not just you'll get everybody to come through. Plus, top 6 versions get to be on the remix EP. Yo, this is one of those bots I haven't figured out how to deal with yet in my chat right now that popped up. I know I have
hey,
to, but my life is busy, and
three
sometimes
hours in and there's only one bot comment. That's pretty good.
actually, yeah, because we've had less viewers with way more bots. But I actually know what to do to stop it. But like, it's my rule of thumb for time management. Is if I can't actually sit down for 3 hours straight to focus on a new thing, because this is a new thing. I can't start it. Because I'm not going an hour in and fucking stopping and this, that, whatever. We can live with the shitty ass bot follower for here forever for now. And then I think this weekend I get a chance to like actually look at that and stop it. And maybe tomorrow I can. But yo, I don't know. I saw that fucking Russ album came out. Gotta get the next thing going. That's how my life's become. I got a lucky hit on a couple of reviews, not like crazy lucky, but I got 8K views on a Busta Rhymes album review out of fucking nowhere. It was a magical. It was an accident, but it gave me it was an accident that made me feel very inspired. But like, what kind of hip hop media, like not rap, not like music, but like news sources and YouTubes and all. Hey, Chris killed the bot. Moderator, what's up? That's what's up. So, what like hip hop media do you consume?
World Star, Hip Hop DX, Double XL, Sway's Universe.
Okay.
Hot 97.5, Hot 102.5. I forget which one Charlemagne's on, but I think it's one of the ones I just said.
He's the New York one. I don't remember which one. But Breakfast Club. I just know it's
Breakfast Club. Yeah. Breakfast Club. I was really big on Sway in the Morning for a long, long time. Like, that was my shit.
Yo, we just hit 16 viewers, which is, I think, a Behind That Suit record. Congrats, Hoshea, for getting us there, yo.
Woo! Congrats, Holden, bro. We're holding it down.
It's all of y'all. Your comment section, let's be real, it's my dude and your fans. That's what's going on right now. What's up, Nixon 509?
My boy Nixon, bro. I didn't even know you're here, bro. What's good? That's my boy, bro. He's in Guadalupe right now.
That's fresh.
Guadalupe.
So, yo, those of you watching this on YouTube after, I'm just saying, twitch.tv/BehindThatSuit. Come join the love. Follow that shit. Get up in here. We're going to have more. You don't think Hoshea's coming? Of course Hoshea's coming back. I don't even know yet. Bro. We're going to talk more after. This guy.
First of many.
So interesting. Plus, he said he's going to start his podcast, so we're going to go show love on his podcast. Show up in there and watch some shit. That's how we get it. Like, yo, I had this, like, idea that came to me, and, like, you're the kind of people, because you know people that could execute this and do some of, like, this. So, check Spotify. You said you want to be on the Spotify game. In my opinion, the most important metric on Spotify is monthly listeners.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's a fucking hard one to like pull off, right? So how do we fake this without paying money and not pissing off the bots? Because I don't.
Fake what?
Well, I'm not fake. I play my tracks every night because there's dollars attached to it. I said if I spin my tracks every night when I go to bed, I'll make $15 a month and it pays for my Spotify. And I said, fuck perceptions. Nobody, like, it's just what it is. So I do that. So then I thought to myself, let's go further with this. There's like 2,000 to 3,000 rappers here. If I can get a play, like let's say I have 5 playlists, and I don't actually care who has the playlist. It's important that it's only like 5 or 6 playlists. So we get 5 or 6 playlists. And we get 1,000 artists together, and each one of us puts one track on each one of these playlists, and then all 1,000 of us
play the system.
Yeah, because that's how we make Montreal look good as a league level. If you go back to the NHL shit I was talking about, the teams need to work together to make the league get stacked. So we start having this kind of. Plus, we all get paid. We all make money off of that move. We all make the $3 a day off of that move. So what I want to do is get us all growth and money. Because that's important. If we go to that other part of my NHL metaphor, all the money is circulating from the artist to the peripheries, right? That's what's happening. Yeah. And then there's like a circulation of money. You know what's not happening? The fans are not putting money into the hands of the artists. So I'm all about whatever we can do. I had this moment over COVID where this girl hit me up on Instagram and she was unaware that I had a girlfriend. So she was chatting with me and I'm like, yeah, people. And then I send her my like YouTube channel. She's like, it only has 100 views. It's probably shit. And in that moment, I had this epiphany. They don't care about quality, as in the fans now. I'm talking about the people we have all failed to convert to listen to our music. So not consuming these podcasts, probably don't give a shit about my channel. Out there, people. What they want to see, it's not faking. It's a matter of manipulating on a low end. Natural growth is there's no such thing in the music industry. It's entirely pay to play. As in, there is no conceivable way around pay to play. As in, I have spent the last 8 years of my life trying to break that system, and the fact is the only people who get the numbers to sustain it, including Nate. I think Nate doesn't put money into paid ads. Of course he does. I've seen his sponsored ads. That's called pay to play, and that's not natural growth. It doesn't exist. It's not you're competing against marketing machines. How the fuck do you grow naturally with no ecosystem in your city? In fact, the artists have to go together to unnaturally create an ecosystem that doesn't exist. The entire idea of fans showing up to Montreal shows is an unnatural thing. So I'm saying fuck natural growth. Let's create magical and new at an expedited rate so we all get paid. Because
it's not like we're buying the streams.
I don't want to buy streams. That's fucking crap.
A network of people that are loyal to each other and trying to see each other win. It's not a matter of faking.
So, in fact, what I want to do is create a collective of 1,000 artists from Montreal who want to work together to make Montreal look good. I just think part of our tactic
but the problem with that
is
Montreal artists are very egotistical, and everybody wants to win for themselves and thinks if other people are eating at the table, they have no room to eat.
I keep talking to Montreal artists, and I keep breaking these egos because I go, yo, Hoshea, you're dope, but let's check out all the other dope people. Then let's go talk about how D-Shade opened for the Backstreet Boys in 1999. Fuck all of us. Let's go talk about the next thing. Let's go talk about the next thing. And the truth is, as long as we all maintain that perception, which is flawed, we all feel this way because we all hate the fact that there's that many good rappers, and none of us want to admit it.
I'm okay with it because it's just that I know most people are not. It's a problem
I think what you might be confusing is okay, you know how Twitter has like 10% of them really loud motherfuckers that represent like all of the tweets come from 10% of the peoples on Twitter. There's still the other 90% of people. Well, all the negative energy is really loud and it gets traction. But that's when I started digging. Most rappers I've met are like you and I, and are just kind of. I've met like 20 people just in the last little bit. All of them I could market. All of them are like us in mentality. All of us are not like what he's describing, wanting to be the star. They're about the craft. They're about the art. The problem is that there's nobody, in my opinion, like me, collecting them. So I started collecting them. That's why I'm doing this. This is selfish. I want to know who you are, so I'm talent scouting. Because your manager dude is right, as the comments are popping up. There are a lot of people out there with egos, but there are a lot more people out there without egos and no visibility. Because they don't know how to be selfish. They're fucking humble. They don't know how to be corporate. I know how to be corporate. I'm going to go ahead and share all that knowledge and teach. Because that's what is up. Frankly, there's just, look, your lane and my lane are not the same lane as the existing lanes in Montreal. I can sell you to corporate America, as in the 60 to 80K salaried parents that I know and the people who love hip hop and all of this other shit. I can sell that to people. I can. I'm not saying there isn't a lane for drug dealers. I'm not saying there isn't a lane for hibbity hoppity whippity wappities. I'm not saying there isn't a lane for turn up drug music. I'm saying that there's just so many lanes that if we all just...
There's a fuckload of lanes.
But if we all just stop acting like there is going to be a best, because there isn't, sorry. I know so many guys who can out-rap both of us in this very city right now that, trust me, none of us is the best. It's the facts of it. There's just so many bests.
I'm not even trying to out-rap. I'm trying to out-connect, out-relate, out-resonate.
I don't know about the cocky, but I like what he said about vulnerable and bringing the city together. So your podcast idea, that's where you go full business and fucking strategic, and you start looking for people. And then inevitably, if the right people meet the right people with the right frequency, we ignore the negative energy and we collectively build a squad. Because, there's a lot of people right now that can't have a collective energy of 16 people following for a couple hours, okay? People would say that doesn't exist for Montreal. Like, there's that much interest in a Montreal artist? You could argue that to somebody's perception, this isn't even possible. And I'm going, look, we're doing it. We're building it one step at a time. So I understand the idea of the ego thing, but I have to say there's just too many good people I've met to, like, fully believe that that's the full picture. It's just, I don't know, you're too busy making your art to be on Facebook having conversations. Those people are having conversations on Facebook, Oh, yeah. Um, Confident and cocky are not the same, sir. I think this guy is extremely confident. He's demonstrated it like 17 times in this interview. He knows his fucking strengths and he knows his weaknesses, and he plays. This guy must. Your girlfriend must be a lucky girl. Is all I'm saying. Like, you understand some shit. That's all I'm saying. Because cocky is when you can't back it up and you're inflating your ego. It stems from arrogance. It's like arrogance and confidence aren't the same. Cocky and arrogance are a lot more synonymous terms. Confidence is everything an artist is supposed to be. You know your strengths and you fucking play to it. But cocky is always stupid. Because cocky, I won't follow you. Confident, I'll follow you. You know what I'm saying? Cocky, bravado. Bravado is a good idea. Bravado is a strong thing. That's some like machismo is okay. Cocky's the dangerous game to play. That's my opinion, yo. And I'm only bringing it up because the people watching it can see the chat coming through and whatever. How do you feel about this whole cocky thing? Because you were all like, I want to be vulnerable. Sensitive.
I feel people who have nothing to be confident about or believe they have nothing to be confident about look at someone who's confident in themselves and their abilities as cocky. And that's what I boiled it down to. Like anybody, because cocky is you cannot back yourself up and you're putting other people down and putting yourself above others. I'm not putting myself above anybody. I'm putting myself against myself, and I'm better than I was yesterday. And tomorrow I'm better than I was today.
Yo, whatever. Do this. This is gonna make you a million faster than any other attitude you could have, dude. I'm telling you, because this shit is marketable to Middle America. That's the only demo that counts. It's where it's what Griselda sells to. Who do you think buys Griselda merch? It's fucking office workers who want to feel hard. It's true. Yo, you know how many times I've been in the car and like white lady's up in there. She looks like she's got Britney on the next track, but she's busting Freddie Gibbs right now. That's just kind of how it happens a lot, man. Because you can't help it. You want to feel hard in your mundane, boring life. And these people create excellent... Listen, half these criminal rappers are making some... And I say criminal as in their music is effectively, I used to sell drugs and now I'm a great rapper. And I love these dudes because they teach you serious business game, serious allegorical fucking... metaphorical like business game. Actually, I just feel like crack and software have a lot in common. And I learned a lot about how to market software from hip-hop. So all of that shit, but it's consumed a lot by like regular ass white people. That's all I'm trying to say. So that's like to me the ideal demo, and so many people
the ideal demo, if you're selling something, is the largest demo that you can access, and the largest demo in North America is your average white person.
I don't know if that's still the truth. I think the largest demo is becoming more you, and it used to be old people. Like
that's true. It's mixed kids.
So like. I don't mean like the mixed part. I meant young people. Like young people is becoming like a really powerful like everything from politics to everything is getting fucked up by young people now.
We've given ourselves the internet's allowed young people to be more vocal than they were ever allowed to be in history, and it's causing a lot of things to shift.
Yo, we got a dope question that's a little.
I'll tell you on this 27 Club.
Yeah, I want to hear what your answer is.
27 Club is in hopping out saying deuces at 27.
Death happening at 27 for brilliant and great artists like Kobe. Was it Kobe? Maybe not Kobe. Hendrix was one of them.
Hendrix.
Janis
Mac
Joplin.
Miller was one of them.
Basically, a couple other ones where the one that wrote Rehab, that lady, my girlfriend likes her a lot. Also, the idea being that 27 is the age that brilliant artists pass away. But they also have seriously dysfunctional lives. Like, all of those people had seriously dysfunctional lives.
Substance abuse as a child or as whatever relation. Like,
that's the one. Thank you, Drizz World.
Yeah.
It was Amy Winehouse for those who can't read it.
Yeah. The 27 Club, man, outside of any deeper analysis, which I'm going to do, I really just hope I don't become part of that shit, because it seems like something you would think you can control and you can avoid, knowing that it exists, knowing that you're on a certain path. But a lot of the time, with the path that artists tend to go on,
was Juice WRLD 27? I had no idea.
Juice WRLD? Nah, bro.
Juice WRLD was 21.
Nah. Juice WRLD was 21, bro. He was not 27.
Because the 27 Club is you were actually 27 when that passed. Juice WRLD was young. So was Triple X.
Don't tell me nah. I'm going to Google it.
No, Triple X Temptation was really young. He was definitely...
X was like 20.
Yeah. So yeah. Anyway,
Juice WRLD died at 21 years of age. Thank you, Google.
but my experience with the 27 Club is all the people where it's at 27. That may have been evolved. That's something that happened, but like I'm telling you, if you were to go up to somebody that I know or older cats and be like the 27 Club is up to 27, that is not like that would not go, that would actually spark. Yo, you just gave me a video to go viral. That's how you do it. Because you're going to have a generational fucking war break out over that one. Such a fascinating topic. Because honestly, I feel like my old man kicking in right now. Like, that's not correct. Because, I've never heard that. There was like 4 people in the club. That was like part of why it was so exclusive. It was such an exclusive club. Only the great. So you're like, I'm like, wait a second. You just add names into this shit now. That's some young people stuff. That's how I got.
Man is so close to saying, "Get off my lawn."
Well, no, seriously, I fight it all the time. I became aware that I'm this old grumpy man now, and that I have to like remember that. Like I'll go on Facebook and people will say shit, and I'll be like, oh, and I'll be like, okay, I need a coffee or something. It's what it is. I have to accept that about my life. That's a whole bunch of names.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so yeah, it was 27. Anyway. So like that's how I understood the club. That's so cool about having a live interacting chat. So yeah, Hendrix, Joplin, and I'm pretty sure Amy Winehouse was 27 though. I'm pretty sure she is in the club because she was 27. That's why that's why I brought her up. I could be wrong though. If not, I'm a fucking asshole and all that. But anyway, so that's a fascinating idea. I mean, I don't really. I think it's coincidence. I think there's a lot of weird coincidences
in life. The
amount
of people that are on this planet, 7 billion plus people, or even like over 100 billion people that have technically ever lived. Yeah, see, bro, I love everybody that's here, bro. These are my real folks, bro. These are the people that inspired me trying to do the familiar thing, bro. Because I've seen like family.
Yeah,
it's as much something you're born into as it is a choice of the people you choose to be around.
That's facts, man. Honestly, I want to keep this running forever, but it is unfortunately for me a work night, so I had like a tentative cutoff in the next little bit. What I'm really happy to do though is set up a part 2 down the line.
Sure.
I don't know exactly when. And I don't mean to cut this off, y'all. I know it's fucking live and whatnot, but unfortunately with the nature of life, like, it is 10 o'clock and I haven't even started supper, let alone,
bro, does Joe Rogan go for 3 hours and 16 minutes? I don't think he does, bro.
Joe Rogan goes from all sorts of time lengths ranging from how hungry he is. And I've noticed his level of hunger is entirely how long the podcast goes for. So,
as always, eating, bro, with this nootropics.
But I also I think we covered a lot. I think this was really insightful. I feel like this was great. Y'all are like in the chat. Also, the number's creeping down a little bit, so it would probably be smart to like end it on a high before we like really, really stretch it. I would, like I said, I'm happy to have you back. This is a low effort thing.
Bro, I love energy with this shit.
I know I have another 3 lined up, but down the line for sure. All of y'all feel free to follow and tune back and come through. Y'all watching it, so I'm gonna flip into my.
Bro, Holden's holding it down. Don't sleep on this man, bro.
So I guess I'll pivot into the outro bit. So first of all, thank you, because y'all, without you, there's no piece of content here. I learned a lot personally. I feel like you helped advise my perspective a little bit and shed some light into the world that, like, the youth is smart, which I think is an important lesson for peeps out there. Thank you all in the comments watching it, and the future commenters, y'all that normally get the speech watching the video on the YouTube or the Facebook, or if you happen to watch the VOD on Twitch, or if you're on Spotify, because we're on everything. That's what I'm saying. Basically, you can catch that. Follow us on whatever platform you're on. Like it if there's a like button. Leave a comment, though, because, since the man is going to come back, if you're on the YouTube and shit, leave your comments. I know he's going to come creep through and watch for it. He might even come answer your questions direct and whatnot. I feel like he's that kind of guy. I'm projecting my ideas here. But in general, though, It has been great to have you. Thank you all for there. Before we go to special thanks to the patrons: Ismail Gadamsi, Chris Prada, Jonathan Barnes, DJ Black Hurricane, Linda Williams, and Scribble. They're dope. Support what we do. All that good stuff. I make music myself, as y'all know, because he beat me in a rap contest. That's how this all started. Fair enough. I don't care that much. It's like, your verse was good. Like, that's just what it is. I'm not like, but I don't even think.
Round of the challenge was not us beating each other. It was us meeting each other.
That's exactly it. But even to that end, I'm okay with you winning a social media contest against me. Like, fuck off, man. I'm blowing away I could even compete, okay? I'm supposed to lose that shit.
You made me work for it, bro. Still, like, I had to hustle like last minute to get some extra votes.
Yeah, so anyway, that's it, I guess. So, live long and prosper, everybody out there watching it. And, it's been real great, though.